Good morning, Ariel. Good morning, besties. Hello. Hold on. I'm gonna put some. I feel like I need something to make myself look like less like I just woke up. So give me a minute. Everyone, give me a minute. I'm gonna moisturize my face. I also did not just wake up. Like I've been up for hours, but you know, sometimes you just look. Sometimes you just look like you need like a little bit of help. You know. Also, I don't know why I'm wearing this headband. Don't ask me. I can't answer that. So where are you going today? Nowhere. Honestly, I haven't really been doing too much the past few days. I've just kind of been like chilling in the house or like doing one thing a day. I've been trying to do stuff, but I also don't have many plans. So I've also been just like not doing anything. Saturday morning, it's Friday. It's Friday. Friday, July 21st. Friday. No, it's Friday. I know, I usually go live on Saturdays, but I don't know. This morning I was like, oh, I'll go live. I'll probably still go live tomorrow. Don't worry. But yeah. I think I've been watching like Disney movies like nobody's business. Like I've just been going through every single like old princess movie, every single like old Disney movie. So I think I'm gonna have another Disney day where I just watch Disney movies all day. It's been super like, I don't know how to describe it, but like nostalgic and therapeutic at the same time. And like I've just been like literally sitting in my living room like singing along to Disney movies all day, and it's quite fun. I think Wednesday I watched five movies back to back. So yesterday we watched 1.5. We couldn't finish the second movie yesterday, which was so sad. I was watching with my friend yesterday, but we couldn't finish the second movie. We go to the TXT Disney Plus premiere. I applied to go, but obviously we don't know if we're gonna get in. I think I find out on Monday if I get in, so hopefully. If you guys wanna manifest for me, please manifest it for me, but I applied, so maybe. I don't know. I don't really know how many people they're picking for the premiere, so I hope I can go, but I'm not too sure how it's all gonna work out. Also, I don't know like how many foreigners they choose for this, like if they even will pick foreigners, because you know sometimes Korea is very iffy on foreigners, so we'll see. I submitted my application, but we'll see. I don't know. I would really love to go, but we'll see. You know, Korea and foreigners. I'm in my Disney era too. Yeah, I've just been watching, like I said, all the princess movies. Like I watched like Cinderella 1, Cinderella 2, Cinderella 3, Ariel, like The Little Mermaid. Then I watched like Ariel's beginning. Then I also watched the one about Ariel's daughter. And then I watched Beauty and the Beast yesterday. I watched Snow White 2 days ago. I watched Pocahontas, which I haven't watched Pocahontas in so long that I totally forgot the plot of the movie. And when I watched it, I was like in shock. I had no idea. I finally watched Frozen 2. I never watched Frozen 2. Frozen 2 is actually pretty good. I was watching Brave yesterday, but I didn't finish Brave. What else have I watched? I watched Tinkerbell. Tinkerbell was fun. Well, you go to Yeonjun MC Inkigayo Live. So I feel like a lot of people are misunderstood about live streams and about these kinds of events. You have to apply to them. And for MCs, typically, it depends on the group, but typically only 10 people get chosen. So as you can imagine, there are a lot of MOA in Korea, and it is chosen on a first come, first serve basis. So basically, whoever presses the button fast enough, and a lot of people do buy bots or like buy people to help them get the slot. So I did try to apply, but obviously I did not get in because only the first 10 people got in. Whoever pressed the button fast enough, and I just didn't press it fast enough, I suppose. And like I said, a lot of people buy bots and or people to get them in faster. And I'm not willing to spend money on a free event because it's a free event. I'm not going to spend $300 to get in to see Yeonjun MC when it's a free event, if that makes sense. So I have applied to every single EXO pre-recording, every single Dream pre-recording. I applied to MC Yeonjun. I just did not get into anything because it's very, very competitive. I feel like people think it's really easy to get into music shows, and it is so extremely difficult. Like, it's honestly, like, so difficult. So I applied, but I just didn't get it. And that's how it goes for most shows. Like I said, I have been trying really hard to get into music shows recently because obviously I have the time to go to music shows right now. I applied to every single EXO one. I did not get in. I applied to every single Dream one so far. I have not gotten in. I Dream have at least 2 more because they have Saturday and Sunday. So we can see, but I don't think I'll get into any, to be honest. Will I go to Lollapalooza? No. Lollapalooza is in America. I live in Korea, and unfortunately, as much as I would love to go back to America, I would not be allowed to go to America unless I went home, and I'm not willing to go home at this time, so no. Also, my home and Chicago are very far away, so even if I were to fly home, it'd be a pain in the ass to get to Chicago. So no, I'm not going to Lollapalooza. As much as I would like to, no. And also, to be honest, I don't think I want to go to an American festival. I don't know. I don't think the appeal of American festivals is there. Like, I don't think I would enjoy an American festival, to be honest. I think I would just be, like, all freaked out. I'm gonna watch Lollapalooza from the comfort of my home in Korea. So, no, I'm not going to Lolla, but I would love to go. It's just not gonna happen. Unless somebody wants to give me the flight money, no. No, I don't have money for a flight. Plus, isn't Lolla expensive? I feel like it's expensive, though. Isn't it like a couple... It's gotta be a couple hundred. Is it not? I don't know how much Lolla costs, you guys. To be honest, I don't know many things. But that is something I definitely don't know. How much does Lollapalooza cost? No idea. I've never been to, like, a really big... Let me see if I... Okay, let me take that back first, and let me think about it. I don't believe I have been to a big festival in America before. Like a big music festival in America. I don't believe I have. Maybe I have, and I don't remember. But I don't believe I have been to one. I might be wrong because suddenly, I don't know why, I'm forgetting my whole past. Like, all of my past memories are gone from my brain. But I don't think I've been to a big festival in America. Do I eat spicy food? Sometimes. Like, I can eat some, but, like, not too spicy because I start crying. I'll start crying. I literally, like, start, like, bawling, and then, like, my nose starts running, and it's just not a cute look. Then my tongue gets numb. So I can eat, like, some things, but not, like, too spicy, no. Nope, I'm very, very good with medium spice. Although sometimes even, like, in Korea, if it's, like, medium spice... La 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 la. Yeah, but yeah, today's Friday. I should be at, what is it, M Countdown today? But no, the world hates me. Sobs my eyes out. I'm just kidding, it's okay. Yeah, it's a Friday. I have errands I could run, but it's so miserably hot outside that, like, I'm good. You know what I mean? Like, I could leave the house, but I'm like, I'm really fine. Also, it's like day number, like, 12 of me wearing these overalls, and you guys, I cannot explain how comfortable they are. I know I'm 23 years old, but, like, gosh darn, let me live my best life. Like, I love these things. They're so comfortable. Wow. The comfort level is on a different level. Yeah. Like, it feels like I'm wearing, like, a dress, but I'm not. So, yeah. Sorry if you guys wanted to see me dressed differently, but you'll never get rid of me in my overalls. Honestly, I have a lot of stuff I could be doing right now, but the past few days, I've, like, literally gotten up at, like, 5, 6 a.m., done so much work by, like, 10 or 11, and then I'm like, well, now I feel nothing inside. So I've been trying to, like, not do that today and, like, kind of just, like, rest more. Because, like, literally by noon, I'm exhausted to the point where I want to go to sleep. Because I get up at 6 a.m. and just, like, do work, like, edit, like, do things in the morning for so long that, like, literally by noon, I'm exhausted. So I've been kind of trying to not do that. Hi, Ariel. Hello. How are you? But yeah, I'm trying to not have a terrible schedule these days, but I have a terrible schedule these days, y'all. It's okay though. Will you stay with this hair color or do you want to go back to blonde? I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure. As y'all can probably tell, the bottom is still very, like, a little bit pink tinted. But it's kind of getting blonder as time has gone on, obviously, because I dyed it a while ago. But the issue is, as y'all can tell, up here my hair is still quite gingery. I don't really like the ginger look, I'm not gonna lie. I liked it at first, but now I'm kind of like, I'm over it. So I haven't decided. I kind of want to go blonde again. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to go blonde again, but we'll see. I don't know. I really like having fun hair too, though, so I really want to dye my hair another fun color, but I don't know. My hair doesn't look bad right now, which I'm very thankful for, because honestly, when you use box dye, there is a chance that it'll fade really poorly, but thankfully it's faded fine. I'm just really not into the ginger look. I know I said I was at first, but now I'm sick of the ginger, but I'm reorganizing my PCs while I watch this. Bestie, that sounds like the best thing in the entire world. I wish I could organize my PCs, but I have nothing to organize. I love overalls. Thanks, bestie. Can you say something in Korean? 안녕하세요. 좋은 아침이에요. 사실 제가 그 라이브 스트림 한국어로 하고 싶었는데 아마 제가 틱톡에 해야 돼요. 그래서 한 번에 제 한국어 실력이 보여주기 위해 틱톡에 한국어로 라이브 스트림 할 거예요. Yeah. But not on YouTube. Not on YouTube. 유튜브에 할 수 없습니다. 죄송합니다. Actually, I think my Korean skills have gotten shit, you guys. Like, the other day, my friend needed to get this specific medicine from the pharmacy, and she tried to tell the pharmacist in English, and I had to obviously butt in because the pharmacist didn't speak English. And I was trying to explain something, and I don't know why, but my brain would not let me think of this one word, and it was killing me. So I was like standing there like, I felt like an idiot. I wasn't an idiot, obviously, and I could obviously describe what my friend needed, but I was like so mad at myself because I couldn't remember this one word. So what I just did was like, I just explained it in like the most like easy way possible, and obviously like the pharmacist understood me. But wow. I was so mad at myself for like 3 hours. I was like, why could you not remember this one word? I was so mad. Yeah. I need to work on my 한국어, but 사실 관심이 없어. Rate your visit to Japan the other day. My visit to Japan was already a month ago, if you guys can believe it. I rated, well, it's almost a month ago. I'd rate it out of 10. 5, 6, 5. Oh, not counting TXT 5, counting TXT probably like an 8. But not counting TXT like a 5. It's okay. I'm taking a Korean class right now online, and it's harder than when I used to take it in high school. Yeah, Korean is a hard subject. Not gonna lie. I'm not excited to go back to school, I can't lie, everyone. It's my final year in university, if I obviously can pass the graduation test and get a level 5 in TOPIK, but I'm not excited, guys. Like, I'm really not excited. Like, I'm really stressed about it because obviously I need to do a lot of stuff this year to graduate. Like, I have a lot of required classes, and I have a lot of obviously like things I need to do, like there's like an exam you have to take to graduate in Korea. You don't do like a thesis paper for the business school. You have to take an exam on like all of the businessy topics, which I'm kind of stressed about. And then you also have to have a level 5 in TOPIK, like I said. And I just took TOPIK 2 weeks ago, but I don't know my score, and I won't know until the middle of August. So if I didn't get a level 5 this time around, which I don't think I did, I have to take it again. And then if I don't get a level 5, I have to take it again. And then if I don't get a level 5, I have to take it again. And I think there's only 4 more chances before my graduation to get a level 5. So I'm like, technically, in theory, my Korean is at a level 6 because obviously I graduated level 6 of language school. But that was a year ago. And also, like level 6 was graded on a different scale as TOPIK, obviously. Like level 6 we had like participation, we had attendance, we had the exams. So like I passed level 6, but like it doesn't mean I'm a level 6 in TOPIK because TOPIK is literally just the exam. They don't get to see like speaking and like using it daily in a classroom and like participation, it's just an exam. So I'm level 6, but like not TOPIK level 6, if that makes sense. Like I can't take a freaking exam because I hate tests. Tests are stupid in my opinion, but are all your classes in Korean? Also your Outlook today. Oh my god, thank you so much. I feel like in the best way possible, I feel like a farmer and like I want to go like garden. I don't have a garden and I'm not a farmer, but I feel like I want to be. And no, not all my classes are in Korean. I don't know how many I'll have to take in Korean this semester. I haven't really looked into it because I don't want to get stressed out. I know for a fact there is one course I'm required to take and they do not offer it in English, so I have to take that in Korean, which is gonna kill me. I'm already not excited about it. But to be honest, I have to take at least 7 classes this semester again. I don't have any more of like the general requirement classes. Now I only have the business requirement classes. So like all my like Buddhism studies, meditation classes, those are all done. I finished all of those and I passed all of those. But now it's like I need to do accounting, statistics, principles of management, like those kinds of like core business classes that I haven't taken yet. And if it was up to me, I'd take as many as I could in English just to make it easier because I just need to pass them. And I'd rather take more elective-y classes in Korean because they're not as important. Like, I just need the credits, basically. But I guess we'll see like what they offer and what they don't. Like I said, I would much rather take as many as I could in English because I have to graduate and I'd rather graduate faster and easier. But I'm assuming it'll be the same as last semester where I'll take 3 in Korean, 4 in English-ish, probably. But the statistics class is only offered in Korean, so I have to take statistics in Korean. I already know that. Which is gonna suck because I can't do math in Korean. Math in Korean freaks out my brain, especially numbers in Korean. Like, are you kidding me? No. But that class, last time I checked, for both fall and spring semester, it was a class of 200 people. 200? So I'm like, as long as I pay attention and nobody calls on me, like, I'll be fine. But yeah, that one's gonna be a little hard. But yeah, I don't remember the rest of the required classes. I know one of the required classes is accounting, but the thing is I took accounting in America, so I might try and fight them and be like, I already took accounting, what the hell are you talking about, kind of things, because I don't want to take accounting again. Accounting ruined me. But the issue is I took accounting pass-fail in America because we were allowed to through online school, and I think that's why they're making me take it again because I don't have a letter grade for accounting, so they want the letter grade to give me the credits, so I don't think they're gonna let me not take it again. But if I have to take accounting again, I have to take it in English. If I have to take it in Korean, I won't pass because I barely passed in America in English. I don't understand accounting. I don't like it. I don't want to be an accountant, although I think accounting would be such a great job because I feel like tax accountants make so much money. I just don't think accounting is what I'm passionate about. I just don't care also about like stockholders and all that stuff. So yeah, anyways. But I know, like I said, for a fact, I think I have 5 more required classes I need to do over the next 2 semesters, which isn't that bad. 5 required classes over 2 semesters is not bad. The only thing is I just have a lot of credits I need to make up, so I have to take a lot of like elective classes, which I'm not really sure what I can and can't take, to be honest. So it's all gonna be a mystery. Is Ariel gonna take anything she can in English? Yes, she is. Because, like I said, it's just easier. Like, I know I go to school in Korea and, like, I'm at a Korean university, but, like, if they tell me I can take it in English, I'm gonna take it in English. I'm trying to pass here, y'all. I want to graduate. Also, I don't think you guys realize how hard I am, like, on myself academically. Like, I may, like, not show it, obviously, on camera, but I'm super hard on myself academically, and I want to keep my grades, so. The less Korean, the better. Actually, no. In one of my Korean classes last semester, I got an A+, so. Anything is possible. So. Yeah, I'm not sure, though. I know, like I said, I know for a fact there are 2 more I have to take, but I don't remember what they are. Good morning, Queen. Good morning, bestie. It is 10:40 a.m. on a Friday. I'm sitting here in my overalls, and I'm complaining about my life. How are you doing? Actually, I wanted to do a live stream yesterday because I went to karaoke yesterday, and I figured I did one on Instagram the other day, like a karaoke live stream, and I figured you guys might enjoy it too on YouTube. But the issue is I don't know if they would copyright me, so that's why I didn't do it. If y'all, though, would be interested in watching a karaoke live stream on YouTube one day, let me know, because I would definitely do it on YouTube. But yes, I was worried about being copyrighted. Also, yesterday, I wasn't in good vocal condition, so I was like, nah, I'll just, like, not do it. But I posted some clips on Instagram if y'all want to see vocalist Ariel 2.0, 2K23, because I know everyone loves vocalist Ariel. Actually, yesterday, I was kind of going through it yesterday. I don't know about you guys, but, like, not that I have regrets in life, because, like, you know, you can't live life with regrets, like, so what, it already happened, but sometimes I wish I had, like, not pursued music, because obviously I was never going to be a musician, but sometimes I wish I hadn't stopped singing, if that makes sense. Like, I wish I had kept going with it, like, with lessons and stuff when I was younger. I stopped in high school at some point. I don't remember when, but I know I stopped in high school. Sometimes I wish I had continued with it and continued training my voice, because I feel like I have such a good range, and I feel like there's so much potential with my voice, but I just never let it continue, if that makes sense, which is so frustrating to me. Yeah. Copyright 3 seconds in. But the thing is, I was never copyrighted on karaoke videos on YouTube because it's not the official person singing. It's just the background track. So I don't know if they would copyright me. So that's why I was like, I've never been copyrighted on karaoke videos. So I don't know. Because it's me singing. They can't copyright me. But I mean, we would see, I guess. We could try one day, I suppose. Not today, though, because like I said, my voice is in terrible, terrible condition these days. I think it's partially because of the AC and partially because I never sing these days. Like, literally never sing these days at all. Like, ever. Even in the shower, it's just silent. Like, I used to sing in the shower all the time, you guys. What happened to vocalist Ariel? I miss her. I miss singing in the shower, guys. I miss the good old days when I would play Ariana Grande in the shower and sing sad songs. Have you thought about taking classes now, like, online? I have thought about, like, trying to sign up for vocal lessons. I've even thought about doing, like, in-person ones here. But no. I think I just have to kind of give up on that dream, I guess. Like, just keep it a hobby, I suppose. Not that, like, I would do anything, like I said, professionally with it. I would never, probably. But I think I just need to give up on it altogether, unfortunately. Just keep it a hobby, which is sad. It's very sad for me because I feel like it's, like, one of my only things that I really love other than, like, everything else that I do, so I kind of miss, like, playing instruments. I miss, like, making music, I suppose. Like, I miss all of that. Like, I miss that energy, I suppose, because obviously, as you guys know, I was in band in high school, and in middle school, obviously, and elementary school, and I miss that kind of creativity, I guess, so anyways. But those dreams are long gone, guys. No better place to practice than Noraebang. So true. Yesterday, though, I was just having fun. I sang, like, all my sad songs. It was so much fun. I love going to Noraebang at, like, 10 a.m. I'll be in Korea in late August. I was wondering what the weather would be like. Late August will be hot and raining and humid. Hot, raining, and humid. Most of Korean summer is hot, raining, humid. Hopefully by then, I think monsoon season lasts a long time. I think we're going to be in rainy season for a while. September? I don't remember September raining. Oh, no, it rained in September last year. Hot, humid, and raining. That's what I'll say. What instrument did you play? I played almost every single instrument. I originally started in school with the clarinet. I was, like, I don't know about you guys, but in our elementary school, in 4th grade, you picked an instrument, and then you played that in band 4th and 5th grade, and then if you decided to go to 6th grade, like, when you went to middle school, if you decided to keep with the instrument, you would keep going. So when we decided to try out all the instruments, I picked the clarinet. But in sixth grade, when I got to sixth grade, they needed a bass clarinet player. And I was like, oh, I want to try. So I became the bass clarinet player for my school band. And then bass clarinet became my main instrument all the way until I was a senior in high school. But during sixth grade as well, they had no trombone players. All of the kids had dropped out. So because I was bass clarinet and they didn't technically need me for every song, like they could do it without me. And we had another bass clarinet player who wanted to try. They asked me, my teacher asked me to learn the trombone. So I learned the trombone in sixth grade. I did piano, guitar, and drum lessons when I was like 6 years old until like middle school-ish. So there was also a jazz band in middle school, and I played the drums in jazz band. And then I also did chorus in middle school for 8th grade. Only 8th grade though, because you couldn't take band and chorus at the same time. It was like illegal basically. But I finessed the system in 8th grade, and I got to take both band and chorus in 8th grade. Then when I went to high school, I was in jazz band and regular band. And I played bass clarinet and regular band. And then in jazz band, I played the percussion. I played the drums. And then I played the clarinet too. And then sophomore year, my second year of high school, my band director asked me to learn to play the saxophone because he needed another saxophone player. And I was moved, so basically we had 4 band classes, 2 lower level and 2 upper level, 2 for jazz, 2 for orchestra. And as a freshman, I got into the upper level orchestra band as the bass clarinet player. But for freshman year, I was in the lower level jazz band because I wasn't ready to be in the upper level jazz band. But obviously, sophomore year, I went to the upper level jazz, upper level orchestra band. And so he was like, oh, learn to play the saxophone. And I was like, okay, sure. The saxophone is very similar to the clarinet, so I learned very easily. And I played tenor saxophone in jazz band for 1 year. And then the second year, my junior year, he was like, no, I need you to play bari sax, which is the biggest saxophone. Because I was much better at playing bass instruments, I suppose. I really liked, I love bass. So he asked me to learn the bari sax, which was, again, very simple because it's the same thing as a tenor sax. So then I was bari sax player for 2 years, junior and senior year. Junior year, I decided to drop Spanish class because I didn't want to take Spanish anymore because I'm Cuban and I know Spanish and I thought Spanish class was stupid. So they allowed me to take 3 band classes. So I was in the lower level orchestra, the higher level orchestra, and the higher level jazz band. So again, in higher level jazz band, I played bari sax. Higher level orchestra, I played bass clarinet. And then in the lower level orchestra, I did percussion because there was a student that had special needs and he played in the percussion section. And because I was a percussionist, obviously, my band director actually asked me to teach him. So it wasn't really me playing percussion, honestly. It was me helping this student, learn to play the instruments and learn how to read the notes. And I basically did one-on-one lessons with him. So I was basically a teaching assistant, if that makes sense, for junior and senior year. But during that time, I also played the flute because they needed us to play the flute for one of the jazz songs. So I was like, sure, I'll learn to play the flute. And then also during that time, I think it was the day of one of our concerts for the lower level band, the tuba player was out sick. So I had to learn to play the tuba in a day, and I learned to play the tuba in a day. So I did not only play obviously saxophone, clarinet, flute, but I learned to play the tuba, and I also played the trombone, which I sometimes had to play trombone as well in lower level band. Because, honestly, for the lower level band, junior and senior year, I was kind of just thrown anywhere that they needed me because I could play every instrument. So that was really fun. But I was mostly on percussion because, obviously, I do play the drums as well, so yeah. I would say my strongest instrument is still the bass clarinet because that was the one I played the most and for the longest time. But I can basically play any instrument except for stringed instruments. I never learned how to play the violin or the cello or anything, which is a shame because I wish I did. I really, really wish I could. And I can't play the piano or the guitar well, to be honest. I'm shit at the piano because I don't like the piano. I mean, I love the piano. I just don't like learning music on the piano. I'd much rather play a wind instrument or the drums. I love the drums. I always wanted to learn how to play the bass, bass guitar. I learned how to play a few songs because we had one when my sister was in a band, but I never really learned. I have a guitar at home, I just never learned how to play it well because I have really tiny fingers actually. And I can't do bar chords because my hands are so small, and I also have arthritis. The reason why I actually got rheumatoid arthritis by the time I was 15 is because of playing instruments all my life. So if you guys don't know, rheumatoid arthritis is obviously like a genetic disease, or you can get it over time, and it's usually obviously old people get it, or like older people get it. But I actually gave myself rheumatoid arthritis, well, juvenile rheumatoid arthritis, like so like for children, at 15 years old because I played instruments for so long. So like I would play the clarinet for like an hour in band class, and I would lose feelings in my fingers because of my obviously genetics and the disease. So isn't that fun? So now like if I write for too long, I lose feelings in my hand because I've activated my arthritis. Isn't that fun? I did a lot of things back in high school. In middle school, I wasn't really allowed to experiment a lot with instruments, which was kind of a shame, except for obviously like I played percussion in jazz. I played the trombone. Learning the trombone was very, very, very difficult because my arm was too long. I mean, my arm was too short to go into sixth position. I don't know if you guys know the trombone, but there's 6 positions in which you can place the trombone. So I would have to use my foot to put it in the 6th position. I would really get creative with that shit. Oh my god, it was so much fun. Because I was only what, like 13, so I couldn't really, no, 11, 12, 13, yeah, I was like 12, 13, so I couldn't reach 6th position. I used my foot to put in 6th position. Oh, it's so much fun. I also wish I could have taken chorus in high school, middle school, but like I said, I chose band over chorus because all the popular annoying girls would do chorus, and I just didn't give a shit. But when I did take chorus in 8th grade, it was so much fun because, again, I have a quite flexible voice, so not only was I always like top soprano, because as you guys probably know or do not know, I have a very high voice, but sometimes they'd like pull me into like alto or like tenor, and it'd be so much fun because like everyone would be like, why the fuck is she like getting to be moved around a lot? Because usually in chorus you have a pretty fixed position based on your vocal range. But for me, I was just thrown everywhere, and it was so much fun. I miss it. But 어쩔 수 없이 뭐. Did you ever do marching band? So we didn't have like an actual marching band at our school because I went to a very, very small high school. Like there was only 500 students in my high school. My graduating class was the biggest class. It was like 120, I think. So if you can imagine, our high school was quite small. Like everybody knew everybody. I hated that school. So we weren't big enough to have like a big football team or like a big marching band. We would do marching band once a year for the Memorial Day parade in the town, but it just so happened that every single year during the parade I would get sick. Every single year. So I only marched senior year. That was the only time that I marched because every other time I was sick. But also just in general during high school, I was a very, very, very not well child. I was very sick during high school because of mental health issues and like what was going on in my life. My mental health always like presented itself through physical health symptoms. So like I would like, catch a cold, or I had chronic sinus infections, I had chronic strep throat, I had to get my tonsils removed. I would get phantom pain in like my arm or my leg. I literally tore a ligament in my thigh, but I did nothing. I also fell down the stairs and fractured my tailbone, but that was actually, I fell down the stairs, to be honest. And also I was just very mentally unhealthy, so I never got to participate in marching band, unfortunately, until senior year, and I marched with my bass clarinet, and it was very fun, so. But yeah, I went to a very, very small school, and my town was very small, so we didn't have like any kind of big events like at football games. We had pep band, and I did pep band for 1 year, and then I gave up because I didn't care. It was too cold, and I don't care about football, so I gave up on pep band. Also, like, pep band, playing the clarinet wasn't that fun, so. I could only use my little clarinet at pep band. I wasn't allowed to use the big bass clarinet, so I would get annoyed, and I would just be like, no. I liked the free hot chocolate, though. That was nice. The free hot chocolate at pep band was, like, the only redeeming factor of pep band. But I feel like also another disclaimer is I was bullied all throughout high school and middle school. and I really had no self-confidence whatsoever back then, and I really kind of just like hated life back then. So like not only was there like problems going on behind the scenes, but like I was also getting bullied and made fun of constantly. So yeah, I did not have a good middle school or high school experience. However, band was my favorite part of everything. Like band was like one of the reasons why I stayed in school. So I loved band. And it's really fun because our band director from high school is still someone we're really, really close with. Like his family and like obviously my family are very close. He was pretty young like when he started, but he was always somebody that like was like such a really big mentor to like me and my siblings. And he was always just like the nicest person in the entire world. Like honestly, like he was a really big help to me and my siblings during our time in high school, because he was like one of the only teachers we felt very like safe with, if that makes sense. And so like now he he has like a family, he's a young son, and like we still go and visit him quite often. My sister messages with him a lot and visits them a lot, so it's very nice. We're very close with his wife as well, so yeah. I'm glad that throughout everything, like I had a really good mentor, like a really good relationship with like an adult in high school, because everyone else sucked. To be fair, everyone else was shit. No, I'm just kidding. Our principal was very nice. I liked our principal, but everyone else I did not like, to be honest. Like literally everyone else sucked. Especially literally everyone else. I mean, okay, I had a few nice teachers, but I didn't like many people in high school and middle school, especially oh my god, middle school? No. Couldn't stand any of them. I'm glad you had an outlet, yeah. Band was definitely my thing. I loved band. I actually ate lunch in the band room. I didn't eat lunch in the cafeteria because I didn't want to be around other people. And it became a thing kind of like during our freshman year of high school. Like all the band kids just kind of started to like eat in the band room. So we would all just kind of like sit around like in the little hallway before you got into the room. So obviously we wouldn't disturb like the band room itself. And even our director would like come and have lunch with us during band. So it was quite nice. It was quite nice. I'll be honest. I will be honest that I wasn't close with any of the band kids. Like I knew them all, but like we weren't close at all. Like I guess like I knew them, but I didn't have many friends. To be honest, I really didn't have many friends in high school though. I think honestly part of it though was like I didn't allow myself to have friends because of all my mental issues, I suppose. So I don't blame anyone because everyone was very nice to me, like that was friendly to me, but like I wouldn't consider any of them friends. I would consider them acquaintances because everyone kind of knew what was going on with me, but like nobody knew the half of it. I'll just say that. And then obviously everyone probably knows my horrible high school backstory of senior year, but senior year was gotta be maybe top 5 worst years of my life. Actually, not like worst years, but like senior year experience for me was not pretty at all, so. If you know, you know. That's Ariel's backstory of the day. But senior year was also when I discovered K-pop, so like I said, I can't be mad at senior year. I'm a little angry, but I'm not mad at it. But yeah, that's my high school experience, my middle school, high school experience. I know that's exactly what everyone wanted to hear at 10:59 on a Friday, but yeah, a little bit more about my life. I feel like everyone's always curious about my life, so you can ask away. I'm an open book. Honestly, like a lot of people, like I'm not ashamed or like I'm not afraid to tell people what happened in my life, because I do think that like what happened obviously made me who I am today. And I think if it hadn't played out the way it played out, I wouldn't be who I am. So part of me, like as much as it was horrible at the time and as much as I would never want to go back to that time because it was such a dark place, like I acknowledge the fact that it happened, and I kind of acknowledge the fact that it did help me grow into the person I am today. Again, I'm not happy with what happened, like, and I think that's never really gonna change because it was a shitty situation back in high school, obviously, and middle school. But again, I do think it made me who I am today, and I do acknowledge that, so yeah. I'm not afraid to talk about my past because it made this lovely creature me. And if I always think like if like me talking about my past helps anyone that like is going through that right now, like then of course I'll talk about it. So yep. I don't talk to my high school friends anymore, and I do college online. Yeah, I do not speak to anyone from my high school except for my cousin, because my cousin and I went to the same high school. We graduated in the same class, so she's my best friend, and obviously she's related to me, so she can't get rid of me. Like, my cousin and I are best friends, so I talk to my cousin. We also live together, so I talk to my cousin. I don't talk to anyone else from high school. In my first year of university, I made a lot of really great friends. I do not talk to any of them anymore. When I studied abroad, I made really, really good friends. I do not talk to any of them anymore. And now, living in Korea, friends come and go. So that I can have a really, really, really close friend for like the 4 months that they're here for exchange, and then they'll leave. I would say that so far, out of all of the friends I've made in Korea, maybe 3 have continued to try to contact me after they left. So for me, like, friendships are a really hard thing because it takes a lot to like earn my trust, if that makes sense. Because to me, friendships are very like fleeting. Like, I don't see friendships as like a long lasting thing, kind of thing, because again, I've never really had like really long lasting friendships other than like my cousin, I guess. I've had long lasting friendships, but they just didn't end well, I guess. Everyone eventually leaves me, and I recognize that. So yeah, that's how I think about friendships. It kind of sucks to think about it that way, but it's okay. I'm proud of you for being open. You're amazing. Oh, thank you so much, bestie. I think, honestly, obviously everyone like has things that they don't want to share, and obviously there's things I'm not going to share about my life that I would like to keep more personal. But I think talking about things that you've been through not only helps you understand what you've been through and also like get it out, but it also can help somebody who may be in a similar situation even feel that tiny bit of just like, wow, like somebody else went through this and like I'm not alone kind of feeling. Like, I feel like if somebody had been there and told me in 2017, 2016, 2015, 2013, 2014 that they were also going through this too, I think it would have helped me a lot knowing that I wasn't the only one feeling this way and going through these things. So that's why I talk about what I talk about, because like I know I have younger viewers and I have older viewers as well. And I mean, age does not matter at all, but if my story or like my experiences, like even just for like one person, like helps them feel validated, then that is my purpose in life. Because I know for a fact little Ariel would have loved somebody to be like, it's all gonna work out. Little Ariel would have loved that. So yeah, that's why I talk about what I talk about. I think it's important to, obviously, like I said, to keep some things private, but also not be afraid to share things that you've been through. I think we can also not only learn from our own experiences, but also learn from others' experiences. Like, I definitely know that, like, seeing things that happen to my siblings, seeing things that happen to my parents, my cousins, my family members, my friends, like, their experiences do also shape who I am too, if that makes sense. So, yeah. Didn't mean to get this deep at 11 a.m., but, you know, sorry, everyone, it happens. Sometimes we gotta get deep on, it's 11:04 now. 11:04 on a Friday morning. But yeah. That's my life story. If anyone has any other questions not about my life story, let me know. I'm not afraid, like I said, to answer questions, but y'all can let me know if you want to hear anything else. I think the thing about like the singing thing though, I think that's the thing that's frustrating me the most right now, especially because right now I'm in a very big like lack of motivation era once again, in which like I don't really know what I want to do with my life yet again. I go through this a lot though. Y'all will know that I go through mental breakdowns like twice a day, but I'm in a very big like need a fresh start kind of era. And thinking about like I guess the what ifs is like really hard, I suppose. Do you think it would be pathetic to celebrate my birthday at Han River alone? No, Han River is beautiful. Go celebrate. Make a nice little picnic for yourself. Take yourself on a date. No, I don't think at all. Is there anything going on right now or soon that you're excited to looking out for? Yes, but it's a surprise. It is a surprise. I'm not telling anyone what's happening, but yes, I have something booked for the upcoming future. Other than that, though, nothing. Other than the surprise, no. It's not really like a surprise for y'all. Like, I bet none of y'all would care, but I'm just gatekeeping it. I love gatekeeping stuff. I'm a gatekeeper. No, but I am going somewhere in August, so. I just finished my first year at university. I made some friends, but I have one close friend I keep online with. I felt lonely my first year, but I had the opportunity. You will. And also, congratulations on completing your first year. That is a very humongous accomplishment. And I definitely understand, like, the feeling of being lonely. I totally get it. I feel lonely. I feel lonely all the time. If you can imagine, I feel lonely 24/7. But I think sometimes, like, even when you're with people, you can still feel lonely, so. Loneliness is an emotion we all feel. But I'm really proud of you for completing your first year. And I know that you will make new friends. I know you will. Fighting bestie. Are you planning to see Hyben on their upcoming tour? No. Their tour is next weekend, I think. The 29th and the 30th, if I'm not mistaken. And no. Nope. I would love to, but no. I got no money for that. 돈이 없어요. Where's my 돈? I don't have 돈. 돈이 없어요. No. Because I had to save money for, like, the upcoming trip I'm going on, I have no money to my name. Like, literally, we're digging for scraps on the floor. Also, why did my friend text me in, like, uppercase? I hate when people text me in uppercase. It scares me out. Thank you so much. Hearing stories help a lot. It lets me know I'm not alone. Thank you for... Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you, and I'm glad that listening to me helps one person. Even just one person. Oh, it's about Kang Taehyun. Guys, the amount of times my friend will text me in uppercase and I get all freaked out, and then it's just literally her crying over TXT. I mean, I get it. Like, don't get me wrong. I get it. But, like, don't need to freak me out like that, bestie. I'm excited to see what you're planning. I mean, it's not anything crazy for y'all. It's just fun for me. Woohoo! Also, you guys, I just want to let's talk about it. I'm obsessed with the Dreamies new album. Like, I feel like I haven't really been able to talk about it because, obviously, I didn't really want to talk about the tracks and stuff right away because, like, I felt like, you guys know, like, when a new album comes out, you have to, like, let it marinate, like, a lot. But I am obsessed with the album. I'm obviously obsessed with them. I love them with my entire heart and soul. Oh, shit. But, like, oh my god, this album is so good. At first listen, I was like, oh, I don't know if this is gonna be one of my favorite albums. It is perfect. Like, I literally love the album so much. My favorite song on the album is either SOS or Like We Just Met, but also Poison, but also all of them. I love Yogurt Shake. Yogurt Shake's a freaking banger. Also, I love Blue Wave. It's so, guys, literally, why do the Dreamies kill it every single time? Like, genuinely, from the first listen, I was like, oh, I don't know if it's gonna be my favorite album. Like, I don't know, I'm really not into it. And then you just listen to it on repeat, and you're like, whoa, whoa. I haven't heard it, but I love Hitsun. Honestly, so true. But you need to listen to it because, like, oh my god. Like, even the songs that I was like, I don't think I'm gonna like this song. I love it. Like, I was worried about Pretzel because Pretzel's quite cute. And I'm not really a fan of, like, cutesy stuff sometimes. Not all the time. But I love Pretzel. But SOS, you guys, like, is everything I could have ever wanted and more. SOS is literally, like, I can't even describe the feeling I felt when I first heard that song. Like, I honestly wish I had filmed, like, an album reaction because, like, I was on the floor, like, sobbing because I love it. I also really like Like We Just Met. Like We Just Met is the one that the Dreamies wrote, and it's like so good. Also, Yogurt Shake is always in my head. Like literally, the yogurt shake, yogurt shake, yogurt shake for me. Let me play. Wow, it's always stuck in my head. And also, I just want to say ISTJ is literally so flawless. I'm not even kidding. Like I said earlier in the live, I have not gotten into any of the pre-recordings, but I am like on my knees begging SM to let me in because I want to hear that song live. Like, I want to hear it live so badly. I don't think you understand. Like, I was desperate to get into a Kendi pre-recording. I am more desperate than I have ever been because I love ISTJ that much. Like, literally, SM, if you don't let me in, I will never forgive you. Like, I helped pay for your new building. Like, please let me in. I am so upset because I want it so bad. I want to hear ISTJ, you guys. Like, I want to hear it so bad. Because I really don't think, unless the Dreamies have another concert soon, I don't think I'll be able to see them anytime soon. Because obviously, I didn't get tickets to the fan meeting because scalpers... Anyways. Because the fan meeting's tomorrow, and if I could get a ticket miraculously, I would go, but I'm not paying double, triple the price of the ticket. There's no way in hell. I literally almost just spat, but the clever us, change of us, nonsense on it, let's talk about it. Let's get down. Anyways. Also, like the, I'm waiting for, been waiting for you. The little change up in the middle literally tickles my brain. Anyway, I could literally, honestly, I could probably write a thesis about my love for ISTJ. Because, like, I thought I loved Broken Melodies. And I was worried. Because I was like, I don't know if they're going to do it this time. Because, like, usually for me, if you guys know me at all, I don't know if you know me. Hi, everyone. We're going to get to know each other really quick. When the Dreamies do, like, an album and a repackage, I usually like the more noise music song better. Like, most of the time, I would say. Like... Alright, there's no tea here. The Dreamies don't have a bad song, but like Hot Sauce versus Hello Future. Hot Sauce. Glitch Mode versus Beatbox. Glitch Mode. And then it was Broken Melodies versus ISTJ. And I was really like, it's gonna be Broken Melodies this time. It's fucking ISTJ. It's ISTJ, you guys. I love Broken Melodies. I'm a Broken Melodies enthusiast. And it's ISTJ. ISTJ literally... I don't know how to explain it, you guys. Like, I am obsessed. Like, literally, when Mark Lee just says introvert, I genuinely explode a little bit. Like, my brain just goes... I'll never forget the moment when it started and I first saw it, and Mark Lee just looked at me as that introvert. And I just lost my mind. Anyways, I could literally write a thesis about ISTJ, about how much I love it. It's just so my style. Like, they know how to get me. They know how to get me because I love the style. I love the noise. I love Geno. Like, they know how to get me every time. Oh, but again, I love Broken Melodies, and I still listen to Broken Melodies so much. It's still such a song. But I don't know, there's something about ISTJ that just, like, really tickles my brain. So, they got me again. The noise music, once again, wins. I don't think, actually, it'll be really hard for something to beat noise music, in my opinion, for the Dreamies. Like, I'm curious to see the repackage of this, like, what they're gonna do. Especially because they already did Broken Melodies as, like, the pre-release, and then obviously ISTJ is the title, so there's gonna be something to compete against ISTJ soon, obviously for a few months, but I'm curious, what are they gonna do? Is it gonna be another, like, happy song? I don't know why happy songs just are not my thing. I blacked out. Yeah, me too. I actually blacked out during the music video. I think during Geno's rap, the verse 2. I don't remember any of it. I don't remember any of it. Anyways, such a good song. But no. Will there be any concerts or festivals in August that a tourist could go to? I know in the beginning of August they're having an award show. That's, oh no, there's the Ink Festival. I don't know when it is though. The Incheon K-pop festival. It's called the Ink Festival. It's sometime in August. I have no idea when it is. Usually they announce them a little bit later. Like there'll probably be events in August. Usually August, September is when they have a lot of August, September, October are a lot of festivals here. And then obviously November, December you have all of the winter and like end of the year shows. There probably will be, but I don't know because they have only announced so far Ink and the one award show. I can't go to the award show. Honestly, I don't think I... Who's going to the award show? Actually, I probably would have tried to go to the award show because T5 is performing. I know Stray Kids is going, and I know what a lot of people will say. Ariel, why don't you go for Stray Kids? I've seen Stray Kids many times. Let me go see T5. But I can't go to the award show. I love listening to you talk about stuff that you like. Oh my god, thank you so much. That makes me so happy. Like, honestly, I don't know. First of all, I just love talking, and I love, like, just, like, I don't know. Like I've told you guys before, like, I don't have many friends, so talking on live streams is something I'm so passionate about because, like, it just gives me, like, time to just literally, like, blabber, and, like, as somebody who loves to talk but is ultra introvert, talking to a camera is so much easier than you would expect. And I love to talk, like I said, so I'm glad that me talking, me blabbering makes someone's day or somebody enjoys to hear me blabbering because I love talking. I love to talk. Like, I feel like once people get to know me, they're like, Ariel, you speak too much. And I'm like, I know. Because once people first meet me, they're probably like, oh, she's an introvert. And I'm like, mm-hmm. But once you get to know me, I don't stop talking. I feel like Korea is the best place when your ultimate group makes a comeback. It's a fan's dream. It's the best and worst place because every single store will have like a pop-up shop or like a lucky draw or something, and you kind of want to like cry your eyes out because you can't afford everything. Especially like the Dreamies right now, they have so many lucky draws going on. It's actually like giving me stress pains. But most of them are open just the weekend, which I'm like, why literally why? They're also doing the applications for the second round of the pop-up store today, so I'm gonna try and get a slot for the pop-up. Oh my god, I can't even speak. Hold on. I'm gonna try and get a slot for the pop-up store today, hopefully. If they do it every 6 p.m. on Fridays, and then I'm thinking about going to a lucky draw tomorrow. I just don't know how busy they're gonna be, and I can't go on Sunday. But the Soundwave lucky draws look really, really cute, so I might try for Sunday. I might. But I don't know. I would love to go to at least one event for the Dreamies. I need to actually hold myself accountable and be like, Ariel, you don't need everything for Taemin. And like I've been really trying hard to like not go to every single store and like cry over Taemin because like obviously, as you guys know, I'm an OT7 collector, and honestly, if I'm being completely honest here, buying photo cards here is so much easier than buying albums because then I don't have to have extra albums, and obviously like the photo cards are quite cheap because literally everybody goes crazy at lucky draws that nobody cares about the album PCs. Like you can find insane deals for album PCs here. Like I know like for instance AO, I wanted to finish my AO collection I wanted to buy all the Sminis for AO. I literally got them for like 500 won each, like because the PCs are so dirt cheap because everyone just buys massive amounts of albums here, which I know is bad for the environment, but it does help my collection a lot. And for Stray Kids as well, I wanted to finish the digis for Stray Kids, like the photo cards. I got them like for like 1,000 won. There's like obviously a few outliers, like there's one Mino PC I couldn't get because it was too expensive, and Hitan, his freaking Smini from AO is always too overpriced. Like every time I see it, I'm like literally, no, I'm not paying 7,000 won for that. But yeah, I'm trying not to go crazy this comeback for Dream, like I said. I'm still waiting on my poster versions and my QR versions. QR are coming from SM, which is going to take 7 years. K-Town, I bought the posters from K-Town, and they already said they're delayed till the 27th, I believe. And then obviously, I have to buy the Sminis, but the Sminis, I think, come out today in Korea, so. Woohoo. But yeah, I will say, like, having your ult comeback in Korea is quite nice, but it also sucks because you want to do everything and go to everything, but you can't, especially like music shows. I'm telling you guys, it's like the one thing I want to do so badly. Obviously, I have gotten to go to a music show and I am so grateful because like that was one of the best experiences ever, getting to go to Music Bank, but I want to go to a pre-recording. Like, I am dying to see how it works. I'm dying to see how everything goes. Like, I am dying to see a music show, but I've just never gotten picked. So I promise one day. Also, guys, you know what the sexiest thing that just happened? I just got the text message that SM shipped out my QRs. I manifested that. I did. 1 USD is about 80, yeah. Won to dollar, dollar is higher. Like 1,000 won is like, like 888. I don't know. Why are you asking? I don't know. I don't know how to speak English. You have to get picked? Yes, it's about who clicks the button fast enough. It's whoever clicks the button fast enough. So for Dream, they usually let about 200 people in for the pre-recording, and it's whoever clicks the button fast enough. And unfortunately, we live in the day and age where people pay to get bots to let them in. So when I look at the names and I see all of the same, because like I look obviously at the foreigner names because my name's foreign, and I'm not going to lie to you guys and say my last name doesn't start with D. My last name starts with D. So I look at the people that have the D names. Every single pre-recording thus far has had the same 3 D names, but not my name. Because people probably pay to get in. It's just a known fact. It's a thing that they do here. It's stupid and I hate it, but that's how it is. Is it hard to go to a lucky draw while you really know Korean? No. It's pretty easy. Also, people at the lucky draws know that foreigners go, so they speak enough English. No, it's not hard. You literally just tell them how many albums you want, and then they give you the receipt, and then you press the button. Like, they'll tell you in Korean how many times to press the button, I'm not gonna lie. Unless, sometimes they've told me in English, actually. But also, I speak to them in Korean, so I don't know how that affects it, but no, you can do it. If my friends can do it, you can do it. It's not that hard. How does it work for, like, award shows? So award shows, they do sometimes have, like, fan reserve seating. So, like, they'll have, like, little sections where, like, they choose fans to go into those sections and support their artist or whatever. And you can apply for that as well. Again, it's like a raffle or a lottery or, like, whoever clicks first thing again. But there's also foreigner tickets. So, as you guys know, being a foreigner in Korea is sometimes a blessing, sometimes a curse. But for this instance, I would say it's a blessing because Korea, as much as they really don't like to make things foreigner friendly, do want to show that they are they have a global audience basically, and they love putting foreigners at the front of award shows or K-pop concerts or K-pop festivals because it shows diversity. So you do get the advantage there where a lot of tour companies can get you floor seats to award shows because they want the foreign diversity. So basically all the award shows I've attended, if it wasn't something I got gifted to me free through like a company or I won, I've paid for it and I've gotten floor seats. Like, there's never been an award show that I've been to where I haven't been floor seats. So, yeah. They want the diversity. They literally crave the diversity. And if you go to a festival or an award show and you buy a foreigner pass, you get the front. Like, I remember I went to the Busan One Asia Festival in 2019. They put me on the big screen 4 times because diversity. And then also at like the Gangnam Festival, I saw Psy. I was on the big screen during Psy because I was barricade. And also diversity. It's something that they don't really talk about, but it's very, very, very like apparent if you go to many of these things. Like, obviously I've been to many, many, many award shows, many festivals, and it's very, you know what they're doing. Like, I remember Seoul Festa, they literally gave like the entire, I would say like one section of the floor was literally just all foreigners, and then they would keep putting them on the big screen. So you just gotta know like how to do it. Like, the foreign tickets, I will say, are kind of expensive. Not expensive, but like foreign tickets are more expensive than the Korean tickets. Like, perhaps like say like you go to a festival in Korea and it's 2,000 won for Koreans, but it's $100 for foreigners. You're paying $100 to sit on the floor. Like you're paying to sit on the floor. Whereas like for the Korean tickets, it's really hard to get floor seats at festivals. I guess if you did like the special kind of ticketing, like you paid somebody to ticket, I guess it would be easier, but yeah. To be honest, I personally would pay the extra money at a festival to be on the floor, especially if it was for like a group I really love. Like, I don't know if you guys remember, but I went to the Circle Chart Music Awards this year to see TXT and Hypen and 17 Busoksun. And I was fourth row on the floor because I bought my foreign ticket. I love a foreigner pass. Is it hard to buy tickets for Weavers Con or any concert? Does it sell out really fast here like the US? It sells out extremely fast, and there is different websites for global fans versus Korean fans. Obviously, as somebody who lives in Korea and has a visa, I can use the Korean websites, and obviously I know Korean, so I use only the Korean websites. So I'm treated as a Korean fan, not as a foreigner. So that works to my advantage, but the global sites do work, and it is pretty simple to get tickets on the global sites, but ticketing here is rough, especially nowadays because of bots and because of scalpers. They're so much more apparent now in Korea because like obviously like COVID's a lot more done and like there's more foreigners coming in from abroad to see concerts. Scalpers are really bad and ticketing is really hard. Like yesterday I was helping my friend ticket for Yoongi's concert. Yoongi's having his encore concert in Seoul, and the tickets went on sale at 8 p.m. I hit the button exactly at 8 p.m. and we were 50,000 in line. 50,000 in line. And I think the capacity of KSPO is 12K, 13K maybe. So I was like, yeah. Ticketing is very hard in Korea, but I feel like for somebody like me who's like very used to ticketing, like I don't really care and I kind of know how to ticket. I also know how to get a ticket if I don't get a ticket, if that makes sense. You just have to spam the website and see if somebody cancels their ticket. Like I've upgraded my ticket many times. Like for TXT's last tour, obviously I got sound check the day before because I was literally just looking at the website every 15 minutes. For TXT's fan meeting, I got floor because I kept looking at the website every 15 minutes. I also got standing for TXT because I kept looking every 15 minutes. For Weavers Con, I got floor because the day before, for I want to say 5 hours straight, I was just on the website, clicking around, seeing if there was tickets on the floor. And then I finally got one because somebody had canceled their ticket. So I think the thing about ticketing here is like you're either committed or you're not. And if you're committed and you get your ticket on the day of, like good for you, bestie. But if you're committed and you don't get your ticket on the day of ticketing, you have to work. You have to be on that website 24/7 basically to get a canceled ticket because they do release canceled tickets very often. When you spend the day before for a ticket, what do you do with the original ticket you bought? You cancel it and you lose that money. Before, they used to let you buy 2 tickets with 1 account. So you could either just like buy the next ticket and then cancel the other one or like give it to a friend or whatever. But these days, especially when it's fan club, you're only allowed to buy 1 ticket per account. So you have to cancel your other ticket and take the risk that you will find a new ticket. Or what I do is I will be spamming that day, and if, for instance, I see a ticket on the floor, but it goes away, I will cancel my ticket immediately because I know other floor seats will pop up. It's very risky, and honestly, it's very stressful because the second you cancel your ticket, you're not getting that ticket back, obviously, but sometimes it is worth the risk. But unfortunately, like I said, you do lose a lot of money, and it is a very risky thing because obviously they have rules. Like if you cancel the day before, you only get 40% of the ticket back, like the original ticket price. So you lose a lot of money. Like I'm not trying to say I didn't lose a shit ton of money. I lost a shit ton of money. But I think that obviously for me, it has paid off in the past. But you either just don't have a ticket and then just wait it out and see, or you keep your original ticket and then you cancel it before, if that makes sense. So, yeah. But like I said, the whole canceling buying tickets, like cancel tickets, is a very risky thing. It's a very, very, very risky thing. For me, fortunately, it has worked out, but like for my friends, it hasn't before. So I would just be careful of that in Korea, but that's what I do. Who'd you say you lost a lot of money to group-wise, like for a concert? TXT. Absolutely TXT. But also, TXT is the group I've seen the most in concert. I've seen them 16 times, so, in concert. So, or concert or a festival, but TXT. I would say maybe, I don't know though, because BTS was really expensive back in the States. Like, especially like, I got to see BTS in like 2019, like Love Yourself tour. Those tickets were incredibly expensive because it was a very small venue and we had to buy resale for those. But if we're talking recently, TXT, of course TXT. For the other groups that I stan, I've never done the whole like buy, cancel my ticket kind of thing. I have only done it for TXT because again, you have to be extremely committed to looking at the website every single day, and I don't have that kind of commitment for other people at this moment. I did for Dream and their last concert, but there was literally nothing. All of the scalpers had bought the tickets, unfortunately. That's the thing about really popular groups in Korea is that the scalpers will buy all the tickets and then nobody will cancel, and it's literally the most horrible thing in the entire world. But for Dream, they still had tickets in the back when I bought my ticket, so I just bought the back ticket. But yeah, TXT is the group I've lost the most money for recently. BTS, I'd say probably overall still BTS because genuinely, we spent so much money on that Love Yourself tour. Even the Rose Bowl wasn't that bad. I take it out. Rose Bowl was pretty good. I think MetLife, did I buy tickets for MetLife? I don't remember. Actually, no, I think we got ticketing for MetLife. I don't remember. Guys, I don't remember. I literally have videos of me doing the ticketing on this channel. I don't remember. I'd have to watch the videos back. I know we failed something. We failed something during BTS ticketing in 2019. I don't remember what we failed. Oh, I'm sorry. I saw BTS in 2018. Love Yourself tour. That was the one we had to buy the really expensive tickets for. I don't remember the resale for, I bought resale for Rose Bowl day one, but it was very cheap because the girlie was desperate, so. I bought it the day of though, so. I don't remember. You've seen TXT the most? Yes. I have calculated it out because I'm insane, and I have seen TXT the most out of all of the groups that I stan. 16 times. But it's funny because usually I see TXT in like duos because like I go to like both day one and day two of their concerts, so 16 times. I think the second most top group that I've seen is BTS, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's BTS. Because I've seen BTS 10 times. All I remember is that, no, maybe it's Dream. I've seen Dream so many times. I don't remember. It's on this phone, so I can't look it up for you guys. But I remember Stray Kids had a much lower number than I thought. Like, Stray Kids was like 8 times or something, and I was like, what? And funnily enough, I've seen like The Boys, ATEEZ, and Hypen more than I've seen Stray Kids because of festivals. Isn't that crazy? Like, obviously Stray Kids are one of my top ults, and I've seen them less than like non-ults because of festivals. Isn't that crazy? I was doing all of like the calculations the other day. If I'm not mistaken, the second most seen group is either Dream or BTS. Cause I don't remember if Dream was 10 or 11. Or maybe Dream was 9. I don't remember. Guys, I don't remember. I don't think I shared it to this phone. No, my notes aren't shared through my iCloud. That's so sad. What if there are 4 people and you try to buy on Korean site? Will it work or no, since you can only use one account? What do you mean? What? 4 people, what do you mean? Wait, explain more. I'm confused. What do you mean? 4 people what? But yeah, no, I've seen like ATEEZ, The Boys, and Hypen more than I've seen Stray Kids, which was very funny to realize. I was like, damn, I really haven't seen, I thought I had seen Stray Kids so much, but when you actually put it into documents, I have not seen Stray Kids that much. I was like, damn, I've been to so many Stray Kids shows. No, I have not. And I actually haven't seen Stray Kids at that many festivals either. It's very interesting. I thought I had seen them more. I think the thing is, I see Stray Kids, like I saw them at like their mini fan meeting. And because I've seen Stray Kids up close a lot of times, I feel like in my brain, I've seen them more, if that makes sense. The concert ticketing that you were talking about, you can only buy one per account. Yes, you can only buy one per account. One ticket per account. So what was the original question? If there's 4 people, it doesn't matter. You can only buy one per account. Each of the 4 people have to have their own account. Have to have their own account. You can only buy one ticket per account. It doesn't matter. One ticket per day per account. If it's like a concert that has 2 days, you can buy one ticket to the first day, one ticket to the second day, but that is it. One ticket per account. That's why a lot of people always complain, I guess, or they don't realize that you can't go to concerts with your friends in Korea. It's like basically impossible to go to a concert with your friend in Korea. Unless it is a group that during general lets you buy more than one ticket, or unless you get really lucky with ticketing, you basically can't see, you don't see concerts with your friends in Korea. You go by yourself. Or like you can hang out with your friends outside the venue, and then inside the venue, you're by yourself. Because it's nearly impossible to get tickets with your friends. Like I said, unless there are tickets left over during general ticketing. Because it's one ticket per person. And Hypen's tickets were like the prices. Yeah, I saw the Enhypen tickets. They were crazy. I was like, wow. It reminded me a lot of Dreams ticketing now. Was it Dream ticketing? Similar things happened to Dream, if I'm not mistaken. Is it the same for the foreign site? Absolutely. The foreign site and the Korean site have the same rules. One ticket per person. Unless specified otherwise. Like, I'm not sure about other groups, but from my experience, from my alt groups, when I do especially fan club ticketing, it's only one ticket per person. Global, you might be able to get 2 tickets per person. I think the most I've ever seen is 4 per person. But again, that's really pushing it. Usually during global, I think it could be up to 2 tickets per person. But especially groups that do like the system where you have to show a QR to get into the concert, 1 ticket per person. Absolutely, there's no way you can get more than 1 ticket per person because there's 1 QR per person. So I think it'd be very difficult to get more than 1 ticket per person. Also, like the whole verification system is extremely difficult to do for more than 1 person. They're very strict on verification here, if you guys did not know. They're very strict on verification. But typically during fan club ticketing, it's 1 ticket per person. And usually during global, you can get, general ticketing, you can get more than 1 ticket. But again, it really depends on who it is and who's running the concert and what ticketing website it is. Like, there's many ticketing websites in Korea. Like, there's not just one. It's not just, like, Ticketmaster. You know what I mean? Like, there's many different ticketing sites. And, like, each company uses a different one. So, it really depends. Like, I've used many different ticketing sites here. And it also, again, depends on who the concert is, what the rules are. If it's, like, a special VIP package, you can only get 1. Stuff like that. Dreams ticket, yeah, I remember everyone complaining about the pricing for Dreams tickets. That's why when I saw in Hypen, I honestly wasn't surprised, to be honest. I was like, yeah. To be honest, I don't miss American ticketing because, as you guys may or may not know, obviously every single ticket in a Korean venue is the same price unless it is a VIP ticket. So I don't miss like having to pay a stupid amount of money to go see a group because I know that even if I'm in the last row, like I'm still paying a pretty decent price to see the group. It does suck sometimes because I know like the person in the front row paid the same price as me, but in some aspects, I really do like that fact that it's the same price all around, except for obviously VIP or if there's like a benefit to a ticket. Because some of the pricing in America is crazy. Who's the oldest group you've seen? Like, you've seen EXO before. I've seen Girls' Generation. I've seen SHINee. I've seen Super Junior. I've seen TVXQ. I don't know which of them debuted first. I went to SM Town last year. SM Town is like the every single SM group goes and performs concert. So I saw all of those groups. Well, technically SHINee didn't perform, but I've seen almost every member of SHINee on stage. And I've always seen EXO as well. But I don't know who I think TVXQ, no? TVX, right? TVXQ? No? I don't know. All I'll say is they did great. Would you say concerts in Korea are cheaper than the US? 100%. Like, I mean, so much cheaper. Like, I mean, like, comically cheaper. Like, so much cheaper. Like, 예를 들어, the last TXT tour, I believe, was 150,000 won. So, like, what, like $100-something for every single ticket in the venue, except for VIP. VIP was over 200,000, but like 150-ish. Concerts used to be 99K, and I miss those days because those were the good days. I saw BTS 3 days in a row for 99K. That is incredible. That's like $70 a ticket. Had shit seats, but 99K. These days, ticketing has gotten more expensive, especially like VIP ticketing is more expensive. Like, I think Yoongi's VIP was 220,000 won, but that's still nothing compared to VIP in America. I think 220,000 won is under $200. So, no. Tickets here are very cheap, yes. They get expensive, obviously, the more you go and the more you buy them. And the fact is, because Korea is Korea, there are more concerts and festivals happening. So, like, the sad part is you can't go to everything unless you're just filthy rich. I'm not filthy rich, so I can't go to everything. But I would say just in general, tickets are way cheaper here, yes. 100%. Unless you obviously buy resale, which is obviously, like, I've never bought resale. I don't trust resale. I don't think I could do it because because of all of the verification you need, I would not risk that because of my money. But unless you buy resale, it's very cheap to go to a concert here, yes. I cannot do resale. Like, I physically, like, I thought about it for, what was it? I thought about it for the Circle Chart. Was it Circle Chart? Yeah, Circle Chart. No? Was it Circle Chart? Times Money? Was it Circle Chart? Yes, I thought about buying resale for Circle Chart, I think. But then I just decided to spend more money and buy the Foreigner ticket because the Foreigner ticket was very expensive. I think it was Circle Chart. But I couldn't risk it. Like, I literally, like, I was in negotiation with somebody to buy a ticket from them, and it stressed me out too much, so I said no. I could have gone for way cheaper to the Circle Chart, but my ticket would have been worse, and obviously I wouldn't have gotten 4th row. So I do not regret any decision now, but it was a very, very hard time for me trying to decide if I should buy resale because I missed the Korean ticketing, so. I'm watching on my TV right now, bestie. How do I look in HD? Do I look better in HD? Is it HD? I'm so sorry if your TV's not HD. Am I making it HD? You can do your daily makeup. I don't wear makeup that much anymore. Guys, I've been anti-makeup these days. Like, literally, I've been so anti-makeup these days. I don't know why. I know, like, my skin is doing really bad right now, and I think it's because of my anxiety. My anxiety has been really bad recently. I think because I haven't been doing anything. I've just been cooped up in my house and, like, stressing myself out about my life and having, like, midlife crises. But as you guys can see, my skin has not been doing very well. So unless I know for a fact I'm going somewhere and I want to, like, put makeup on, I will. But to be honest, like, the past couple days when I left the house, I don't wear makeup. I just don't really find myself caring anymore either. Like, I don't know. I love makeup, and I really think makeup is fun, and I love, like, how people express themselves through makeup, but obviously it is not essential whatsoever, and you can literally do whatever you want with your face in terms of what kind of makeup you wear. But I guess these days, it's not only, like, a confidence thing, but it's also just, like, I'm too lazy to take off my makeup at night, so I don't wear makeup, and obviously I'm beautiful without makeup. I don't need it, so. Know your self-worth, besties. I don't need it. Like, I know I'm stunning without it, so. I can go out like this. I don't care. I am not ashamed of my face. I'm not ashamed of my makeup-free face. That's what I'll say. I'm not, like, ashamed of my acne, because, like, obviously acne is normal, but, like, damn, my skin's been going through it. Like, literally, my skin has been going through it. Also, I've noticed recently, like when I went to Japan, every time I would put makeup on, because it's so humid here, it literally would just like, it was such a sticky situation. I don't like it. It's too humid to wear makeup. And then it just rains. Like, why would you wear makeup in the rain? No. See, there's no point. I have found confidence in myself over the past few years. So I don't feel like I need makeup. Is it morning for you? It's 11:45 a.m., so it's almost noon. Which group do you want to release a Christmas album this year? I would love to see a TXT Christmas album. Also, though, Stray Kids, give me a Christmas album part 2. Like, 24 to 25, that song hits any day of the year. Like, 24 to 25 is, like, one of my songs. I love the jingle bells in it. So I would love to see another Stray Kids Christmas album. But I think TXT have to do one now, because Dream and, obviously, Stray Kids did it, so, TXT went. What's my favorite drink? Sprite. Do you ever feel hot and annoying with your long hair, even though, and ever thought to cut it? I feel hot and annoying with my long hair every day. But I have had thoughts about cutting it, but I'm not gonna cut it. No. I watched Tangled, like, 2 days ago, and now I need to have long, luscious blonde hair. I'm sorry. It's the fact that I've always wanted to be Rapunzel that I can't do it. Y'all, I love my long hair. Look at how long she is. Like, literally, like, she's long and luscious. I wish she wasn't as dead as she is, but... 어쩔 수 없지 뭐. Have you tried a makeup bomb? It melts the makeups you wear to take it off easier? No, I've never tried. I also, like I said, I don't really care that much, so... Also, you guys know I hate skincare. I don't do skincare. I don't even wash my face, so... Maybe if one day I decide to, like... take the initiative to, like, be nice to my skin, maybe I would do more makeup. I don't know. Guys, these days I just don't care. Like, I'm not doing anything. I'm just sitting around in my house. Why do I need to put makeup on? Like, I guess, like I said, if I'm going somewhere, like, sure, maybe I'll put makeup on. But other days, I just don't want to wear makeup. Definitely when I go to school, I will, because, you know, gotta look good at school. But I just don't care. Did it rain when you were in Japan? It rained... almost every day I was in Japan. Almost. It didn't rain the first day and Sunday when I saw TXT. It rained Saturday when I saw TXT. It rained on my birthday. That was annoying. It didn't rain the day of Universal. It rained like half and half. I'd say half and half. What does your bracelet say? The top one says Subin, and this one says, if you guys can see, TXT. With little stars. I made them for when I went to Japan, but now I just kind of wear them every day because they're fun. I usually wear them, if you guys know, on my right wrist, but I'm not wearing my watch, and I can't show you guys my disgusting watch tan, so they're gatekeeping my watch tan. I don't need y'all don't need to see my watch tan. Actually, my tattoo is almost gone. Actually, fucking hell, you can see my tattoo. Here I was like, oh my god, guys, my tattoo's almost gone. Haha, you can still see my tattoo. Guys, that's so awkward. Anyways, putting that away. I'm still edgy, I guess. Did you vlog in Japan? I did vlog in Japan. Have I started editing the the Japan vlogs? No. As much as I really want to edit them, part of me is sick of YouTube right now. I feel like I've told you guys this, and like I've been going through ups and downs of YouTube. I'm kind of sick of YouTube right now, and I think taking a step back from it is what is going to be best for me. I don't know what that means. Like, don't ask me. I don't know. Like, maybe you'll still get a video a week. Maybe you won't. Maybe I'll drop and I won't post videos for a month. I don't know. But all I know is that, like, doing live streams, I love live streams. Like, live streams are really fun. I love live streams. I can do a live stream every day if I could. Like, I would do a live stream every day if I could. Creating content and posting on YouTube is making me literally hate myself. So I'm just not going to hate myself. And I'm gonna take a step back. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means at all, but I know what I'm doing right now is not making me happy, and if it's not making me happy, I have to take a step back. My happiness over everything else, so. How was Dream Comeback Day in terms of buying albums? It was fine. I didn't buy as much as I thought I was gonna buy because they didn't have the ones that I wanted. Like, like where I wanted them, I guess. Like I would have bought more if I could have bought more from Hot Tracks. Hot Tracks was doing pre-order benefits like in person though, so I would have bought more. But I had to buy from a store that didn't have pre-order benefits, so I only have one set of the normal and then 2 of the vending machine. And then I have everything else coming on the way, except for the Sminis. I need to buy more Sminis, and I'm gonna try to go to the pop-up store, so if I can go to the pop-up store, I'll buy more albums at the pop-up store, because the lucky draws, but I didn't go crazy. But I couldn't go crazy because I had a lot of bills to pay, so I physically couldn't go crazy. Subin's Japan vlog? Yeah, Subin Lamo. Is it the editing or vlogging that is too much? Neither. Neither. I mean, okay, I hate editing. That's a known fact. I hate editing. I can do editing. It's the fact that I put 15 hours into a video and it doesn't get any views. That's the thing that's pissing me off. And I know it's obviously not anyone's fault. You know what I mean? Like, it's not... Nobody did this. Nobody purposefully is, like, not watching my content or whatever. Like, obviously my channel's just not doing as well as it used to do. And that is frustrating me. It's frustrating me to no end that my channel is not what it used to be. Especially when I see other creators in my area, my subsection, my niche, doing well. It really drives me insane because, like, I'm like, what am I doing wrong? And again, I'm not angry at anyone in particular but myself. Like, I inflict, like, my angriness on myself, which is a terrible thing to do. Don't do this. And I degrade myself. I'm like, Ariel, why aren't you better? Like, why aren't you doing enough? Like, why can't you get the views that you used to? And I push it all on myself, which is something I'm working on. So that's why I'm not creating the content, is because when I see a video that I worked really hard on do really poorly, I literally hate myself. Like, it pushes me to the fact that I get so upset at myself because I'm like, why? It's because it's my fault. In my head, it's my fault. So, we're working on it. We're working on not doing that, but, yeah, that's why I'm not posting videos. It's not the editing or the vlogging or anything like that. It's the fact that I'm not getting the views that I expect myself to get. And it's pushing me to the edge of, like, insanity, so that's why. Do you ever feel anxious when you walk on the street alone in Korea? No. At night, a little bit, but that's just because I have anxiety in general. Also, I have anxiety in general, so I always have anxiety. At night, a little bit. But also, I'm just like, when you're a girl walking home at, like, night, I feel like you're I don't know, I'm anxious all the time. I don't know, sometimes. What's your favorite type of pob for album? A selfie pob. I love holo pobs, I love glitter pobs, but I love selfies. Like, glitter selfies, glitter holo cards. Selfie cards. Selfie cards are probably my favorite. I also really like lucky draws, like the PVC ones that are really thick. I like them, they're fun. Yeah. I like thick cards. Selfie cards. I don't know. I really love anything selfie, anything cute. Like a cute selfie card. Or, like, I hate to say it, but I love, like, pobs where they're, like, holding something. I love any kind of pob, though. I'm a sucker for a pob. That's why I have to hold myself back. Like, I literally have to physically be like, Ariel, you do not need this. So, like, obviously, as you guys know, I only really collect pobs for Subin, and that's the reason why. Because I would try to collect everything for everybody, and I do not have that kind of money. Like, she's not the it girl she thinks she is. Like, truthfully, she's not. I already told myself for, like, TXT's next comeback, one of my friends does group orders, and I was like, I'm literally just gonna enter their group orders for Subin's pobs because there's no reason for me to be crying over not being able to finish his pobs. Because there's 3 pobs left I need for Temptation, and they are so expensive or either hard to find, and I'm not paying $300 for a freaking photo card. I'm not doing it. Like, maybe I will give in eventually, but right now I just physically can't. Like, it just gives me, like, the goosebumps. I have paid that much for photo cards in the past, so, like, maybe I'd do it again, but right now there's one pre-order benefit So that one card I'm missing. I bought the last photo card I was missing other than that one. That one I got for super cheap though. I just didn't want to buy it because it wasn't that pretty, but yeah. But the only person I collect everything for is Subin. I can't do it for everyone because it's too expensive. Getting help for YouTube. I think, how do I put this? I think that as much as I want my YouTube to be successful, I want it to be successful because I earned it, not that like getting help in that way is not earning it, because obviously you are still putting in the work. But I think that obviously in 2020, I did it myself. I grew it myself. I put the work in and I got the results that I got. And I feel like for me, I'm very, very hard on myself in that sense that I feel like I have to earn it, and I feel like I have to deserve the rewards back, I suppose. So in terms of getting help, I don't know what I want to do. I don't know how to approach it in order to obviously quote unquote make my channel more successful, because as much as I know that social media is really competitive, I feel like I've always wanted myself to be the most authentic self that I can, and I want to be me. And I feel like it wouldn't be as rewarding if I didn't do it me. Like, if I didn't do it myself. Like, if I didn't get the views that I wanted by being me, if that makes sense. Like, yes, I could totally, like, clickbait my titles. Yes, I could totally, like, do the other things that YouTubers are doing to, like, make, you know, my things more clickable, and I could do those things, I understand, but I don't know. You guys know, I've run this channel for my 5th year. This is my 5th year running this channel. It's a business, I understand, and as much as I want to do those businessy things, like, this channel is like my baby, if that makes sense. And like, I've never not wanted to be me on this channel, and I've never not wanted to be myself. So I think that as, like, yes, I would love to be doing those things to get my numbers up, to get my views up, to get everything up, like use the clickbaity titles or use the most creative titles, or, you know, do the videos that people want to watch. I want to do the videos that I want to do, if that makes sense, more than I want to be successful. Because as much as I do want the success, and I would love to be in the position that I was in 2020, I don't want to get there if it means that I had to, like, cheat myself there, which I know that's not cheating, but, like, I want to do it because I earned it, if that makes sense. So that's why I'm so hard on myself, because, like, yes, I could do all those things to make a quote-unquote more successful channel, but to me, the success that I want is authentic success of people just enjoying the content that I make, if that makes sense. So that's why I'm so hard on myself, because I blame myself for not making the content that people want to watch, because I want to make content that I want to make. And I know that, you know, if I changed my niche or if I changed my channel, maybe I could get more people to watch. But I think that, again, like I said, I created this channel in 2018 because I had no friends, and I wanted to talk about my passions, and I wanted to talk about something that made me really happy. And I think that that is the reason I made my channel, and that is why I want to keep doing my channel, is to talk about the things that make me happy. And I want to do it authentically. I think that's the thing that's, oh my god, I'm getting a package today. I'm so sorry, everyone. Not to stop the sappy chat, but I'm getting a package today. I wonder what it is. That's so exciting. Anyways, that's the thing that keeps me going with this channel, is the fact that I do it for myself and because I like creating the videos that I make. So, yeah. As much as I would love to, like I said, make the videos that are popular, make the clickbaity title videos, you know, do all of those videos that's gonna, you know, get my subscriber count, that's not the way I want to do it. I want to do it because people enjoy watching me. I don't want to do it because I'm becoming somebody I'm not. I'm not gonna fake it for views. 70s concert, I'm getting FOMO. Honestly, me too. I wanted to go, actually, but obviously the tickets were sold out, and It was expensive, but I would have loved to go. I still want to see 17 in concert. I have never seen them at their own show. I've seen them at festivals, but I've never seen them at their own show, and I want to go so bad. When you were learning Korean, did you have any tips or tricks to help the process? I would say the biggest tip I can give you is if you have the opportunity to speak with natives, speak with natives. And if you can, watch as much content as you can in Korean. So for me, obviously, being a K-pop stan, it was quite easy to watch content because I literally just watched a reality show or a K-pop show, or like, honestly, I used to use Run BTS a lot because Run BTS is just fun to watch. Because even though you don't realize it, listening to Korean is helping you learn. When you listen to it, even if you're not thinking, even if you have the English subtitles on, you are learning more than you think. And especially if you listen to it a lot, it helps with pronunciation. Like, everyone always asks me, Ariel, how do you have such good Korean pronunciation? It is because I spend every single day of my life listening to people speak Korean. So if you listen, it'll help your pronunciation and it will help you learn. Obviously, you do need to put the work in, and you need to study, and you need to learn the grammar and like the vocabulary, but listening to it improves you so much more than you think it would. That's my advice. Also, speaking with natives is so important because like textbook Korean and in real life Korean are so much different. You know what I mean? A textbook can tell you one thing, but how people use the language like in daily life, in daily conversations is obviously a lot different. Like, I don't speak English the way that I would write an essay, if that makes sense. And a lot of textbooks teach you to write an essay, not to speak. So I would definitely say if you can speak to natives, it's like one of the best things I would say. Because obviously natives do help with pronunciation as well, but also with like those little phrases or those little like subglans habits. Like when I speak Korean, people say I sound like a native. Like, if I'm on the phone speaking Korean, I've had many people ask like, where did you learn Korean? You're so good. Like, you sound like a native, because I have those habits now. Like the the 혹시, like those little like ums like that we say in English, like saying like is a thing native speakers do. Like, if you speak English well, I literally said like again. You say those things, but you don't do it consciously. You know what I mean? Because we're so used to speaking English that like, I did it again. those little habits, those little things that we do when we speak, if you speak with a native speaker, you'll pick those up and it makes you sound more native. It makes you sound better in Korean. Also, I will say, this is kind of a stupid thing. Not really. It's kind of a stupid thing. But I've noticed the whinier you sound in Korean, the more you sound native. This is not an aegyo thing, because I'm not trying to say do aegyo, but like, I don't know how to explain it, but the whinier you sound, the more you sound like a native. And I also noticed when I speak Korean, my voice goes up like 3 octaves, so there's that as well. What's my favorite to-do episode? Okay, 잠시만요. Okay, 잠시만요. What's my favorite to-do episode? I think one of my favorite go back to and watch episodes is the one where they're in like the gymnastics-y place and they have to play those games with like the different colors. That's definitely one that I watch a lot because it's like very comforting. I love that episode. I also watched the Christmas special in which Subin gets his big prize a lot because he is so cute in that. So I watched that one a lot. Honestly, I go back, the one where they have to guess the song with the little percussion, like the little drums. I watch that episode all the time. I also really love watching the Whisper Challenge one a lot because it's just, I love them. Of more recent to-do episodes, I love like the staycation episode because I think it's very them. I love watching like, just like them like hanging out. It's very fun. The bungee jumping episode, I watch that a lot. I watch to-do a lot. Actually, I've seen to-do like all of the episodes maybe like 5 times. I love watching to-do, so maybe those ones. I don't know. I love to-do. To-do is one of my favorite things on the internet. I also love when they did the first escape room. I love, but I also love the second escape room as well. It's very fun. Do I read books? I do not read books. I don't like reading. I'm so sorry. I don't think I remember how to read anymore. I hate reading. Sorry for so many questions. I'm really trying to learn, and I was wondering, was it hard for you to write Hangul? Writing Hangul. No. I learned Hangul in my dorm room one day for fun. And it was quite easy because the thing about Hangul is like any alphabet, it's a pattern. You know what I mean? Like all of the characters, all of the letters are patterns. So for me, I really like patterns. I have like a memory that really likes patterns and stuff like that. So reading and writing was really, really easy for me. Like learning the alphabet was super easy because to me, like when you make a word or like a consonant block, I see the pattern, and the patterns are super easy for me. I don't know. It was really easy for me. I learned it in an hour. I don't know how to tell people how to learn it because I genuinely learned it in an hour. But also I had exposed myself to so much K-pop content that I had seen the letters and the characters so often that it was quite recognizable to me. Like obviously I didn't know how it made BTS, but if I saw like Bangtan like I knew it meant BTS, but I didn't know what each character meant, if you know what I mean. Like once you see things so repeatedly that you know what it is without even knowing. Do I want to see EXO in concert again? I would love to. Do I live in Korea? I do live in Korea. I do live in Korea. That's not trying to say that like I'm perfect at Hangul, and like definitely nowadays because I have been writing and like learning Korean for so long, my handwriting is shit. Like I'll be honest, my penmanship is terrible. Oh my god. A lot of my teachers say they can't read my handwriting, and I'm like, that's true because you can't read my handwriting in English either. So it's quite funny to see that like I've picked up on like my English writing habits in another language. Like even in Spanish class, like I would write in Spanish terribly. Like my like ñes, like nobody understood what I was saying. Like it's okay, I get it. But yeah. Are you in uni? I am in university, but we're on summer vacation. Woohoo. I'm doing my Korean work right now. How do I write student in Korean class? 한국어 수업에 있는 학생? 맞네? 한국어 수업에 있는 학생? 맞나요? 아마 맞아요. That's how I would say it. 한국어 수업에 있는 학생. 아마? 잘 모르겠습니다. 왜냐하면 너무 어려워. Like if the student is in Korean class right now, that's how I would translate it. 한국어 수업에 있는 학생. That's how I would write it. If it's like 지금. If it's like a 지금, like that's how I would write it. That's super nice. To be honest, do they usually use Romanized Korean usually? Do they also use Romanized Korean? They do on like the subway and like sometimes the subway, like all the subway stops have like their names in English or like the Roman alphabet. Yeah, the subway, the buses are numbers. The subway, the subway. Maybe other places. I have no idea. Somebody asked, am I in a foreign exchange program? No. I'm a full-time student in Korea. I am a Korean student, or international student. I study here full-time. I will get my bachelor's degree from a Korean university. I speak Korean, so I will get it from a Korean university. I'm a full-time student. Always shocks people, but I'm a full-time student. It's actually like one of the like, not gonna lie, like I feel kind of cool. Like when I tell people like, yeah, I'm a full-time student, like, you know, I'm a full-time student. And they're like, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm a full-time student. Do I like Boy Next Door? Do I like Boy Next Door? I want to buy all of their albums. I literally want all versions of their album. I'm not even kidding. I'm obsessed with them, but I'm trying to tell myself I don't need to stand a new group. Eunhak is my son, and I want to adopt him. I literally love him. He is so cute. I'm so happy he's MC with Yeonjun. That's another reason why I really wanted to go see MC Yeonjun is to see Eunhak, because like they're gonna be MCing together, and I'm gonna like literally cry my eyes out. But yes, I want to buy Boy Next Door's album so badly. I am just holding off because I don't need it. What are you majoring in? Business administration. Business administration. Have you checked out Zero Base One? No, I refuse. Do you ever attend the university events? I have attended like the festivals for school. So every semester we have like a school festival where like idols will come and perform. Last semester Youngtae from Day 6 came and performed, and also Highlight, Beast, came and performed. I didn't watch Highlight, but I watched Youngtae. The previous semester ITZY came, so I saw ITZY perform. Oh, Idol came this time too, I think. G-Idol? I think so. I didn't go to that thing. I didn't go. I will sometimes attend those events. To be honest, I'm not the biggest participator in university events because I just don't care. I also like don't really like my university that much, to be honest. Not tea or anything, I just don't like my university, so yeah. Sometimes. Not most of the time, no. They always send us emails about different things, but Boy Next Door's having come back in September. I know, I'm so excited. When did you move to Korea? 2021. I want to send some boy groups, but I'm so bad. My brain cannot remember the names to faces. Watch reality shows. That is the easiest way to get to know members, is watching reality shows, because you can learn them through their personalities more than through like their faces, I suppose. Especially if you watch early reality shows. A lot of reality shows, they wear name tags. Like I remember when I was first learning Treasure, they literally wore name tags in their first couple episodes of their show. So very simple. Also, like the other person said, guide videos are very helpful. I typically don't watch guide videos because I don't need guide videos to learn members' names. Also, to be honest, I have a really good memory, so I can learn very easily members' faces and names. Like Boy Next Door, I learned just by looking at K profiles. I looked at K profiles once and I was like, all right, I'm good. The same was for ENHYPEN, to be honest. ENHYPEN was pretty easy for me to learn. Treasure, just because there's a lot of them, I watched their realities and they were wearing name tags. The boys, they're wearing name tags. That was very helpful. But for me, reality shows are easier, but it depends on the person, honestly. Guide videos are very good too. Thoughts on cream soda? I love cream soda. Like, I love cream soda. Like, I love cream soda. That's all I'm gonna say. I love cream soda. But to be honest, I feel like she was dethroned so easily by ISTJ, so I'm like... Yorobun. Yorobun, Yorobun, Yorobun. Chamshi freaking manyo. What is the package I'm getting? I'm so goom. Like, what is the package? I'm turning my Wi-Fi back on. You better work. My hotspot better, like, have its moment. Also, stan Golden Child. That's what I will say. My recommendation is to stan Golden Child. I love them. Yeah. Stan Golcha. Do I have any other recommendations? I literally stan TXT. Can you say that word? That is literally a swear word, so I'm not gonna say it. No, I'm not gonna say a swear word. Actually, I don't really know many Korean swears. I never really wanted to learn swears. I find myself, I swear a lot in English, I will admit, but I don't think, like, in my opinion, because I was raised this way, I don't think swearing is, like, not, like, good, but, like, I don't cuss, like, that often, especially, like, around my parents and, like, my family. So I never thought it would be useful to learn Korean swears, so I never learned them. Like, obviously, I know them through just, like, living here. But I don't know cuss words. Sorry. Guys, where did I put that one app that I need? Where is the app that I need? Did I think I deleted the app. Guys, why would I do this to myself? I deleted the app. Like I'm an idiot anyways. ¿Tuviste alguna experiencia paranormal en Corea? No. 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 Is Korea nice or not? I personally really love Seoul. I love the city of Seoul. I love the convenience of the city. I love the way that you can literally travel the city in one day. I love the, obviously, like the, how the fuck do you say that in English? Transportation system in Korea. In Seoul. Personally, I haven't been to a lot of Korean cities in general. I've been to Busan and I've been to Daegu. I really like Daegu. I did not like Busan. But they're more quote unquote suburban cities, I suppose. But I really love living in Seoul. Like the convenience of Seoul is unreal. ¿Tú hablas español? Sí, yo puedo hablar español, pero yo no puedo hablar bien. Sí, por supuesto. Of course. 당연하죠. My bias without standing on when I was G-Bomb. So true. So true. Baekho debut as a solo. Baekho did debut as a soloist, and I love that man. So true. I love Baekho. Guys, why did I not download this app? I had this. Guys, why do I hate myself? Like, genuinely, why do I hate myself? Do you speak Korean? 네. I almost said yo puedo hablar en coreano. Ay, Dios mío. 네. 제가 한국어를 할 줄 알아요. 네. 근데 조금요. 그냥 조금요. 잘할 수 없습니다. 네. Was it hard transporting around in Japan? Japan had very similar subway systems to Korea. Honestly, I would say Japanese subways are more similar to New York subways, if that makes sense. So in my opinion, yeah, that was my opinion, but it wasn't that hard. Honestly, once you get the hang, I feel like once you get the hang of anything, though, it's not that hard. And especially because in Osaka, which is not like the main city is obviously Tokyo. Osaka is more of a suburban city. We only really had to go on like one subway line, and once we got the hang of that subway line, it was really easy. Like, we didn't even use maps half the time. But when we had to do like transfers and stuff, then it was a little bit more complicated. Especially like my friend lives an hour away from Osaka. So when we went to visit her at like her hometown, it was a lot harder getting there. Like, we had to take like one of like the more like locally trainy thingy. Oh, it was terrible. But we figured it out. Is there anything fun you plan on doing before school starts? Yes, but I'm not telling. Have you taken Spanish for AP? No. Yo soy cubana. I'm Cuban. My family is from Cuba, so I speak Spanish because of my family, not because of school. But I don't speak Spanish fluently at all because we were never taught it as children. We learned it through listening. I learned Spanish solely through listening. I did take it in school for a little bit, but like school Spanish is shit. We all know this. So I learned all my Spanish through listening. And also I did have a job for one summer, which I only spoke Spanish at the job because it was a, how do you say that in immersion school. It was a Spanish immersion school, so they only taught the kids in Spanish, and it was a daycare. So I was taking care of like 8-month-olds to like 5-year-olds, and we can only speak to them in Spanish. And all of the workers solely spoke Spanish because they were straight out Chile. Some of them did speak a little bit of English, but I only really spoke to them in Spanish. So yeah, my dad's side of the family, my grandma does not speak English very well, so I only speak to her in Spanish. Even though I'm not good at Spanish, we make it work. Like, I can talk to her in English and she can understand, but she only talks to me in Spanish. Whereas like my mom's side of the family, everyone speaks English because my mom was born in America, my dad was born in Cuba. So that is my answer. Technically, I am not a native speaker. It's not my native language, but I learned through solely listening to Spanish, if that makes sense. Is it hard to live alone? It's not hard to live alone. It's lonely. It's quite lonely to live alone, but it's not hard to live alone. I think especially if you know yourself and you know like how to entertain yourself, I guess. Like, I know what I like and I don't like, and I know how to live alone. I've lived alone the past 3 years, obviously, so no. I don't know. I don't mind it, to be honest. Like, it's lonely, but I kind of prefer living alone than living with other people, because especially like I hate having to work around other people's schedules. My schedule is nowhere near the normal schedule of a 23-year-old. Like, I love going to bed at 8 p.m. I love waking up at 5 a.m. So like my schedule is like so opposite of most people my age. So that I really like living alone. I like cooking for myself. I like being able to clean when I want to clean. I like having my place the way that I want it. Like nobody can touch my stuff. It's quite nice. Like I have my place. Like everything has its place. And as somebody who really likes to have everything organized, like I know where everything is, which is quite nice. Obviously having a roommate would not be as nice, I suppose. I have lived with roommates when I was in uni my first 2 years. I lived in the dorm and I had roommates. That was not as fun. I also grew up living with my older sister. Like we shared a room most of our lives. So that was also not fun because my sister's a mess. No tea, no shade, but my sister's a mess. Honestly, her room is much cleaner nowadays, but when we were younger, she was a mess. So I think having the experience of like living together with people for so long, like I like living alone. I also am like a lot of people again have this misconception of me. I am an introvert and I am a homebody. So I love being home and I love being not like alone per se, but like I love having quiet moments by myself. So I love having my own house. It's very nice. Are you in your second year of college? I'm in my fourth year. I'm going to graduate in the spring, hopefully. Technically, well, no. Yeah, I'm in my fourth year. Because if I was in American schooling, this fall semester would be my senior year technically. But a lot of people also don't know this, but my schooling got very messed up due to COVID, and my semesters got all mixed up because of COVID, and then obviously transferring to a Korean university, which Korea does it opposite. The starting semester is spring, the ending semester is fall. So because of all of this and all of like the credit transferring, and like I've attended 4 universities now, so I have a lot of different credits from a lot of different places. So all of that did not help in my schooling. So now I am a fourth year, but technically last semester I was also a fourth year because in Korea's standards, I was in my fourth year because it was the starting semester of my fourth year, even though to me, I was a second semester junior, if that makes sense. That does not make sense. But to me, I was a second semester junior, but to them, I was a first semester senior. So like whenever I had to like write on exams, like what year are you? I have to write fourth year. So technically, in Korea's eyes, I'm a fourth year, but I'm graduating a semester late. Technically, if that makes sense. It doesn't really make sense. It doesn't make sense at all to me, actually. My schooling got really messed up due to COVID. So because of that, I think I would have to like write out like a timeline and like draw some like figures and stuff to figure out my university. Explaining my university life to people is going to be a hard task when I'm older. Like when somebody's like, "Oh, like what university did you attend?" Like when I'm like 30, I'm going to be like, "Well, you see, I dropped out 3 times." Actually, yeah, I dropped out 3 times. Wow, did I? 3 times? Wow, I dropped out of college 3 times. Anyways, none of them were my fault. I remember you said in a K-pop stan list video, you said that you can stan groups however you want. So in your perspective, do you have to know the members of a group to stan them? For me, yes. If I stan a group, I know all of the members' names and birth year, which means like their ages. I know birth years more than ages because obviously in Korea they do everything by birth year. I don't really know many people's ages because obviously the Korean age no longer exists, but because the Korean age existed for so long, I only think in birth years now. I cannot think in ages. Like if you tell me someone's like 25, I'm like, cool, I don't know what that means. But if you're like, oh yeah, they're like a 96 liner or 98 liner or the 98, I don't remember. Anyways, doesn't matter. I understand more in years than in ages because I can calculate years better with my age because obviously I was born in 2000, so it's quite easy to calculate the difference in age for me. But yeah, those are my standards for standing a group. I have to obviously know all the members' names, know all their birth years, and like the music. I would say there's groups that I loosely stan, and there's obviously groups that I know all the members, know all their ages, and I don't stan. So for me, standing is a completely different thing than for everyone. Everyone stands in a different way, but there's no one way to stand a group. You can stand a group however you'd like. But for me personally, yes, I do have to know all their names. If for you, you don't have to, that's great. I don't care. Nobody should really care how you qualify who and how you stand. Like, it's different for everybody, and nobody should give a shit, to be honest. Like, truthfully, I think standing is a personal thing. Like, the word standing and, like, all of that is used so... Like, people like abuse that word in the sense that, like, oh, they're like, oh, you're not a true stan because you don't know this. Like, you can stand whoever the hell you want. Don't listen to what other people say. Like, truthfully, it's not that big of a deal. If you like a group, go for it. I personally do not say that I stan a lot of groups anymore because of that specific word and because of the weight that it means for a lot of people. Like, the word alt for a lot of people makes, like, it has a really big implication, whereas for me, like, alt does have a big implication, but it's not that serious to me as it is to other people. So that's why, especially nowadays, and especially obviously being a content creator, and I've been a content creator for 5 years, talking about K-pop, I do not use the word stan lightly anymore. And there's a lot of groups that I do know and I do like, and I personally believe that I stan, that I do not say that I stan because of the implications that it assumes for other people. So my standing list, probably from the video that you saw, is much smaller. Like, probably half the size now. Because if I say that I stan a group and it's not to other people's certain expectations, like, it can cause drama. So I just don't tell, I just say I don't stan anyone. I stan everyone. I like everyone. Everyone's great. I stan everyone. I stan everyone. It's just easier. Tips on getting a job in high school. Did you drive yourself to your job? I got my license when I was a junior in high school. So, for me personally, I have an older brother, older sister. My brother was a senior when I was a freshman, so my brother drove us to school. And then my sister got her license during her junior year. So when I was a sophomore, my sister drove us to school. When I was a junior, I drove us to school because I didn't trust my sister driving us to school anymore. I drove. And then when I was a senior, I drove. So I always had a ride to school. How about I'll put it this way nicely. I always had a ride to school, whether it was me or one of my siblings. We're very close in age. And how to get a job in high school. I had many jobs in high school. Many different jobs. But the one that I found myself personally liking the best was babysitting. I love children. Especially, I love babies. I'm a humongous fan of children and babies. Oh, that's so ugly. Anyway, sorry. So I found myself nannying and babysitting a lot in high school, more than getting like a job, I suppose. Because one, you can make more money, because people pay higher, especially if you're working with infants and you have experience with infants. People will pay a lot of money for somebody to take care of an infant if you have experience, especially as a high schooler. And two, it was what I was more passionate about. Like, I loved taking care of children, so that's what I did. I nannied for one family for the baby's basically whole life. Like, I started nannying for them when he was 2 months old, and I nannied until he was 14 months old. And I also took care of a lot of other children during that time as well. And then when I went to college, there was a daycare on campus, and I was immediately put into the infant room for the entire year. So I worked with infants ages 3 months to 12 months, because I love babies. And then when I came back from college and I was stuck in my little pandemic cell, I became a nanny once again to two small kids. They weren't babies, but they were two small kids. I also worked with older children a lot as well. Like, I took care of a 10-year-old and a 7-year-old once, and I took care of a 3-year-old once. That was fun. But for me personally, like, getting a job, like, at a clothing store or at a cafe or at a restaurant, like all my other friends did, was not as appealing as babysitting because I really love children. That's what I would say. Like, I love children, and I loved babysitting. I thought it was so much fun. So that is what I did in high school. I did work in high school. But it was because it's what I was most passionate about. I love children. I think also a lot of people forget that I wanted to be an elementary school teacher. Like I wanted to be a preschool teacher when I graduated high school. I also wanted to be a music teacher for a really long time. Like my passion was children and I wanted to teach. So I went to school originally to be a teacher. I went to school for education. I was going to try to be a preschool teacher or like a music teacher or definitely elementary school age teacher. My passion changed, but I always wanted to be a teacher. Do you have to get CPR certified to be a babysitter? You don't have to, but a lot of families do require and or prefer it. I was CPR certified. I'm down to babysit, but I'm scared to be in someone's house alone. What if I get kidnapped? Well, I don't think you will, but I guess there's always risks involved. For me personally, like when I first started babysitting, I always when I start babysitting, spend the first day with the parent and the child, because not only do you get to see the parent's parenting style, but you also get a chance to be with the child with also somebody they're comfortable with next to you. It's something that I learned very quickly. I learned that like children will warm up to you more, obviously alone, but if you want to know like the parenting style of the parent, because it's very important you learn that, and also you want to observe the child in a comfortable setting, because they will be uncomfortable the first time they are with you, you have to spend the first time with the child and the parent. Usually I do it with one parent, like it's usually the mom. Like I'll spend time with like the mom and the child, or we'll go to the park or something, like, and it's like a safe space, either at home or at like a park. But I would never ever have the first time babysitting be with just me and the child. And never. Unless it was obviously like a certain situation in which like I knew the family, or like a certain situation where like they really had nothing else but that option. But I honestly prefer like either the parent being home or like the parent being in the physical room with us the first time you take care of a child, because again, like when you babysit, you want to obviously replicate the style of parenting that parent prefers, and there's many different styles to parenting. When I taught in the daycare at college, it was like kind of like Montessori in a way, but there was a certain way that we were only allowed to speak to the children in a certain way, and we had to use specific words towards the children. Like we were never allowed to say no. And so you have to learn those things from that specific parent or that specific family, because it's really important to keep the style consistent for the child. Because if the child like thinks that you're more lenient, or that they'll get away with more things around you, it just causes more issues. In my opinion, that's the best way. But also, I started babysitting when I was 12, so yeah. I started babysitting when I was 11. I babysat my cousin a lot when she was a baby, so. How'd you get the babysitting opportunities? Usually Facebook groups. Like there's like my town and like the towns around me had like a little Facebook chat where they would like look for babysitters. Or it was usually through like people I knew, or like my mom worked at a school, so it was like some of the school, like the kids that she worked for, I suppose. Usually through Facebook though. There's also like apps. There's definitely apps where you can like find people to babysit for. I just always preferred Facebook because I don't know, I don't like apps that much. But I don't know, I always found them. I think usually everything was through Facebook, if I'm not mistaken. As much as I despise Facebook, it did get me a lot of job opportunities. I think if I was ever to move back to America, like say like today, and I still had to go to university, my job would be babysitting. I love babysitting. I don't know why. I love children. Like the last family I took care of before I went to Korea, they had 2 little kids, and they had a baby while I was obviously here. And so when I went home in January, I got to meet the baby. Oh, I cried like a little child. I was like so happy for them, and like I got to meet the baby, and I was just like literally sobbing my eyes out. It was terrible. I like saw the baby, and she was so beautiful, and I just started crying immediately, like sobbing. How much did you charge? It depends on the family and it depends on the age range. 100%. Usually babysitting is $15 an hour. It also depends on the state though. In the states, minimum wage, like in my state, minimum wage was quite low. So usually it was about $15 an hour, but if it's infants, you can obviously charge more. And obviously you get charged more based on experience. So at one point I was making like $30 an hour taking care of infants, but obviously I had really, really good experience, so. But again, it depends on the family's needs, the ages of the children, and different things. Also, it depends on how many kids you're taking care of, because one time I took care of 4 kids at once. That was a time. 4 children at once, and just little old Ariel. Yeah, it just depends. It all depends on your state's minimum wage or your country's minimum wage, stuff like that. And the ages, how many children, all of those things you have to take into consideration. Also, if you have to drive the child around, you obviously have to be paid more because of gas money and stuff like that. Like, honestly, one time I had a job where I just had to drive this little girl to ballet practice. Like, that was fun. Such a good time. She was so sweet, though. She'd let me listen to whatever music I wanted in the car. She didn't even ask. She didn't request the music in the car. Like, can you imagine, like, you're, like, driving this kid to school and, like, to practice, and they're like, hey, can you play this one song? I think I'm gonna cry. I actually think I'm gonna cry. Nah, she would be like, play whatever, and I'd be like, okay. She let me jam out to my music, so. She was a G. Sorry, I literally just went on a rant about childcare. Who would have thought? On my K-pop YouTube channel, I would go on like a 20-minute rant on childcare. I'm sorry for everyone who was not interested in that rant, but that was my rant about childcare. Back to K-pop. If anyone has any K-pop specific questions, you can let me know. Also, I've been on live for 136 minutes. Did I show her K-pop? Yes. I played BTS for her in the car. We would listen to BTS on the way. That was during my senior year, so yes, we listened to many BTS songs. She didn't care. She was just like, oh, this is nice. And I was like, thanks. Actually, there was a lot of kids that I would show K-pop to. I was influencing the young. Yes. Especially when I took care of babies and I just put music on in the background. I just put whatever I want on. Ah, 재밌다, 재밌다. Guys, I have no idea what we talked about for the last 137 minutes. Hope they're K-pop fans now. Honestly, me too. I bet they're not, but I hope that for them. I don't know what happened to any of those kids. Like, genuinely any of them. It's kind of sad, but, like, I don't know what happened to any of them. I only keep in touch with one family, so I have no idea. Guys, it's getting kind of chilly in my house. It's getting a wee bit chilly in my household, everyone. But I don't have the energy to go get the remote to turn off the AC, so. I want to complete my album collection. I want to know where I can get older versions. If the albums are out of print, I would just say look for them secondhand. I would look on Mercari Japan. I would look on Mercari, if you're in the US, Mercari US. If you're not, Mercari Japan. I would try and get them secondhand. Like Instagram, you might be able to buy them off Instagram. But you most likely will not get a sealed album if it's out of print. It also depends on the group, I guess. It depends on a lot of things. If the group's popular, you can probably find them secondhand. If they're not popular, you're kind of screwed. eBay might have them, to be honest. Sometimes you find random shit on eBay. But those are my recommendations. Buy it secondhand. You're probably not gonna get it sealed. And if it is in Korea, in the underground stores in Myeongdong, you can get older albums at a lot of K-pop stores. Like, honestly, like, almost, not every single K-pop store, but, like, if you go to, like, the underground in Myeongdong, if you go to Myeongdong in general, to any K-pop store in Myeongdong, you'll find older albums. I just recommend the underground station in Myeongdong. How many concerts in general would you say you've been to? Definitely over 100. I don't know how many, but definitely over 100. I've been to many concerts, not only for K-pop groups, but also for Western artists as well. And if we're counting festivals included, definitely over 100. Maybe without festivals, closer to 70, maybe. But, like, A lot. I've been to a lot. I love concerts. I used to love going to concerts, especially when I was younger. I love the energy of a concert, like, so much. I love the energy of a concert, so probably close to 100. I don't know. I think if I actually tallied it up, it might be more, it might be less, but my guess would be 100, like around 100. Because, I mean, I've seen TXT alone 16 times. I've seen BTS alone 10 times. I feel like that adds up pretty quick, I feel like. Because if I've seen all my ults more than, like, 8 times, it adds up pretty quickly. And then all the other groups as well. Because I've been to solo concerts for quite a few K-pop groups, so I feel like it would add up. Are concerts cheap for Korea for front row? Concerts in Korea are the same price for every single seat in the venue. If you are sitting in the front row or if you are sitting in the last row, everyone pays the same price unless there are specific benefits. Like if there is a VIP package, the VIP ticketers pay more. But for almost every other concert in Korea, you pay the same price. Now that does not include festivals, because festivals sometimes they do pricing where it's like the front pays more and the back pays less. But majority, like I would say 96 to 97% of all concert ticketing in Korea, you pay the same price. 97 to 98%. Yes. That is the rules. Also the same in Japan, if I'm not mistaken. Well, I guess there's also sometimes where, like, if it's, like, disrupted viewing, you can pay less. Like, you can only see half the stage or whatever. Sometimes they do that. They've done that before. But I would say 98% of the time, everyone pays the same price. That is just the Korean way. I don't know. I've never really, like, actually took the time to consider it or, like, think about it, but that's just how it happens. Like, to be honest, I don't know. I don't really think about those kinds of things. I'm just like, they tell me what to do, and I'm like, all right. Okay, guys, now I have to set an alarm for... At 6 p.m.? You... Guys, have I ever told you how much I hate SM? I'm literally gonna bash SM. SM, why would you do this to us? We have to ticket for the pop-up store at 6 p.m., but they dropped the Inkigayo recording time that you have to apply at 6 p.m. How am I supposed to do both at once? Do I look like I have 7 million arms? Wow. They're doing both today, too. That's... SM literally hates my guts. But yeah, they're doing the show today at 5, and then they're doing Inkigayo today at 6 p.m. But at 6 p.m. you also can apply for the freaking pop-up stuff. Anyways. SMY. It's alright. I will do one on my computer and one on my phone. And hope for the best. At least the application, like, once you do it, it's, like, very simple. Like, you literally just click the button at 5 p.m. and then it's over. It's up to God by then. But also, the times for these two shows are horrible. All of the other times for the shows have been really good. Like, you have to meet at, like, 7 a.m., 8 a.m., which is really good for a music show. For the show, you meet at 3 a.m., and then for Inkigayo, you meet at midnight. That's horrible. I would cry. Well, I'm still gonna apply, aren't I? 3 a.m.? There's no freaking trains at 3 a.m. SM. How am I supposed to get halfway across Korea at 3 a.m.? I'm being dramatic here, but literally, that would literally kill me. As someone who enjoys their sleep, I would not be happy with that, but I'm gonna apply anyways. Yeah, I was really happy though, because all of the other recordings were at such good times. Like, it was like 8 a.m. One of them was at, I think, like 6 p.m. And I was like, 6 p.m.? That's good. But no. I would say majority of pre-recordings are like at 3, 4 a.m. Like, I remember for Candy, they were all at such terrible hours. And for Wavy's Phantom, they recorded Phantom at, like, the worst hours. Like, oh my god. My friend got into 2, and she was there, like, 3 a.m. both times. Oh, it was horrible. They record music shows at 3 a.m.? Yes. The pre-recordings are at terrible hours because they have to pre-record for every single group, majority of groups, that are performing on the show that day, and then they do the live show as well. But during the live show, groups usually they just like, how do you say that? Mark the choreography. Like they'll go on stage for the fans who get into the live show and like mark the choreography, but they're not performing live. They never perform live during the live broadcast. It's all just they show the pre-recorded performances. Like I remember when I went to Music Bank and I saw the entire show, 17 did not give a crap about their actual recording. They were just having fun with like the audience. Like they were literally just like interacting with the audience and like jumping around. Do Jae-jung danced for us, obviously, but they did not sing because there was no point. They weren't doing the pre-recording and they looked exhausted, so I understand. But yeah. Les Seraphim literally didn't care either. They were just having a great time. They were just, they were like improvising some of the choreo. It was so fun. It was so cute to see, so yeah. But no. They shoot the pre-recording and that's what they show on the live stream or the live broadcast. They don't show what the audience will see in the live audience. All of the interviews are live, however. Every single interview is live. However, they do practice the live interviews because I got to watch like them, Euntae and Jaemin, the other MC. I got to watch them interview 17 and BTOB twice because they did the practice interview and then they did the real interview. It was quite fun. You also get to see like the idols like walk across the room and like go to like the little stagey thing where they do the interviews. It's so fascinating, you guys. Like all of these shows are so fascinating. I wish I can go to more. I just want to sit there and watch. Like it was so fascinating. How do you get into pre-recordings? You have to apply through the fan club of the certain group. Every single K-pop company does it differently. There is not one company that does it the same way. Because every company has different requirements for what you need to get into a pre-recording. I would say 99%, unless they don't have a fan club, you need fan club to get in. And you also need to have purchase of their most recent album. And if they have an official light stick, you need the official light stick. Those are the main 3 requirements for basically every single K-pop group. Unless obviously it's a rookie that like they don't have fan club and they don't have a light stick yet. That's fine. But you need to be in their fan club, in their fan cafe, have the official light stick, have bought their most recent album, and then some groups or like some companies require more. Like you need to have streaming on certain websites, you need to have documentation that you purchased the album digitally, all of those kinds of things. For SM, they are honestly, in my opinion, the most simple to apply to because you just need fan club, the light stick, and proof that you bought the album. So SM to me is the easiest. So simple. But like HYBE, for instance, if I wanted to go see TXT, you need to have all of the streaming, all of the downloads, everything in paper in your, oh, it's terrible. I remember when I was in 2019, they used to actually have you like make you stream for a certain amount of hours to get in. So like you had to have had like 30 hours of Melon streaming to get into pre-recordings. I'm not sure if it's the same anymore for JYP. That was for JYP. Did I mention? That was for JYP. I would never try for a Stray Kids pre-recording now because there's way too many requirements. The only 2 that I'm very comfortable knowing what you need is SM and HYBE, obviously, but even then, I can't apply to TXT pre-recordings because I can't do the Melon purchase. I can download the songs on Melon, but it does not let me purchase the songs on Melon because they hate me. Is it a raffle? No, it is whoever clicks the button fast enough. It's in like order of whoever clicks the button fast enough. So these days, a lot of people do pay bots to get them in faster, which is why you often see a lot of the same people going to pre-recordings because they have people that help them do the button clicking. But I would say for HYBE, it's 100% every single time whoever clicks fast enough. And then for SM, they tell you, but it's either whoever clicks fast enough or a raffle. They do it sometimes whatever. Honestly, SM confuses me because they do it the way that they want to whenever they want to do it. But most of the time it's by whoever clicks the button fast enough. And like for pre-recordings for groups, it's usually about 200 people. Sometimes it's more, but usually about 200, like 150 to 250 people. And if you want to see like an MC, there's only 10 people picked. And usually for the live show, per group, usually about 10 fans win live show. So like if you want to see like the actual live show where you get to see like all the interviews and all those things, only 10 fans per group get picked. Yeah. It's really competitive actually. Korea's crazy. Like it's fascinating, like extremely fascinating to me because I don't know. I think it's very, very cool. But yeah. Do you think TXT will have an encore concert in Seoul? And where do you think it'll be held? I do think they will, and I think they're gonna do it at KSPO again. Honestly, I do think they will, and I think it will be at KSPO. If it is at any other venue than KSPO, I will be pissed. Like, if they do it at Gocheok, I will never forgive HYBE. I will literally never forgive HYBE. But I think they will because they've been spoiling doing something big in Korea for a really long time. And I think it will be at KSPO. Because if it's not at KSPO, I will fight HYBE. I will actually fight them. Have you ever been to a fansign? Nope. Fansigns are very hard to get into, very competitive, and very anti-foreigner. I feel like people don't understand that there's a foreigner quota. People really, guys, K-pop is gatekept way more than you think. To get into these things, it is way harder than you think. There's also foreigner quotas for basically everything. Like even the pre-recordings, there's a foreigner quota. They only let in a certain amount of foreigners. To appease the Korean fans, they only let in a certain amount of foreigners. Foreigner quota? Oh yeah. For fan signs, it's usually like, say like there's 50 people that get into the fan sign, the foreigners will be like 3. Like 3 foreigners. Yeah, there's a foreigner quota. For everything. I forgot to mention that for pre-recordings. There's a foreigner quota. How do they know you're a foreigner? Through your name. And your, through your name. And through your name. Because you have to show legal, obviously legal ID, and your ID has to be the same as your name on your fan club, so you can't even like use a Korean name if you wanted to because you have to show your legal ID. So like my legal ID has my full name on it, so my account has my full name on it. Yeah, there's foreigner quotas for everything. The only thing that really doesn't have foreigner quotas, I would say, is like raffles, especially like HYBE fan club raffles. There's no foreigner quota because it's a global raffle and Koreans and foreigners anyone can have a global account. Whereas like Japan raffles, unless you really hack the system, it's very hard to make a Japanese fan club account and win a raffle. So you don't really let in foreigners for Japanese raffles. They do, but not all the time. But for fan signs, it's usually like 70% Koreans, 30% foreigners, or even sometimes 80% Koreans, 20% foreigners. And there are even sometimes where they do not let in non-Asian foreigners. I have seen that many times in the past. Like, I have literally, like, you guys, I've lived in Korea long enough to know these things, and like I applied to one in-person fan sign in 2019. If you guys were there at the time, you know. But the specific company that I applied through did not accept foreigners that were not Japanese or Chinese. And that is because they would buy the most albums. There's also a quota to how many albums you need to buy to get into a fan sign. That's obviously not broadcasted anywhere either. And that's also gatekept. So that information is very gatekept. Actually, you can pay fan sites to know the quota of how many albums you need to buy. That's also gatekept. People don't know that. So, yeah. Everything's gatekept. But yeah, there's quotas for everything. And it's company by company how they do it and how many foreigners they let in. It's not like the K-pop company. Like, it's not like SM chooses how many. I would say for SM or like a Weverse fan sign, they're a lot more lenient and they're a lot more, like, they don't really care foreigner to Korean. Like, they're a lot more open. But, like, the actual K-pop stores, they have quotas for how many Koreans and how many foreigners they let in. Like, gatekept amount too against the foreigners. Gatekept, you only really know about these things if you live in Korea and you go to the events and you hear by word of mouth through other fans. Like, I wouldn't know half the things I knew, like, if I didn't make friends in Korea and I didn't hear these things from my friends in Korea who've also lived here and experienced life here. And I would not know half the things I know if I didn't experience them myself. Like, the fact that, like, literally nobody told me that the specific company I applied for my fan sign for in 2019 did not accept non-Asian foreigners makes me sad, but also just like frustrates me to no end, because like if I had known that that was information, obviously I wouldn't have bought the albums, and I spent all my money on this one fan sign to see one of my favorite groups, and obviously I didn't get in. But the thing is, if I had bought the same amount of albums at a different store, I beat the quota. I would have gotten in, or I had more of a chance to get in, but nobody told me. So, watching you drink water and being healthy while I drink Red Bull. Nah, I just drink water because sometimes when I talk for a long time, my throat gets all like, you know, mushy. But yeah, I think things have gotten a lot better, I would say, than it was in the past, especially like COVID, and now COVID's over. The specific store that I applied to doesn't do fan signs anymore. Thank God. They are not allowed to do fan signs anymore. I hope so. If I ever see them doing a fan sign, I will literally send it like a very strongly worded email. But they don't do events anymore. And I think everything has gotten, like I said, a little better since COVID. But they still have foreigner quotas. They still have cutoff quotas of how much you have to spend or how many albums you have to buy to get into events and stuff like that. Do you still work for the Cookie app? So the Cookie app decided to close the program I was working for. That was a decision based on behalf of the app. I still do work for them occasionally, but the specific program that I did, which was the like creating content once a week, that specific part of the app no longer exists, so I don't create content for them as much anymore. I do collaborate with them occasionally, and I loved working with them. If you guys didn't know, I've been working with them for 2 years, so we're still collaborative, but I don't have the like weekly shows anymore because that part of the app no longer exists. So yeah. But I still collaborate with them, yes. But it's not like the weekly shows anymore. Anyways, you guys, I've been literally talking for almost 3 hours on here. I have no idea what I've said this entire time. I feel like this live stream has like literally been a mess. I'm so sorry. As you guys can tell, I'm very chatty when I'm lonely, and since I've been so lonely these past couple weeks as all my friends have left me, I literally like I've just been like sitting here like twiddling my thumbs watching Disney movies. But yeah, it was so lovely to chat with you guys. Obviously I probably will come back on tomorrow live because I usually do Saturday morning lives. Sorry, this is a Friday morning, but I hope everyone is doing well and staying hydrated and streaming ISTJ. Those are my closing words. Those are my closing remarks. Stay hydrated. Hope you're doing well. Stream ISTJ. And I will see you guys next time. Bye, everyone.